Yo, what is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back. That is correct. The first episode of the new year, and we plan to bring the fire like we always do.
Oh, we're
It's
gonna
me.
try.
Damn right about that. It's me, my homeboy Roberto. Talk to the people, sir. Tell them how you doing.
What up, people? 2022. Hopefully, well, the same shit's just carrying over, just different stories to share.
That is correct. And do you have anything going on with the channel for the new year? Talk to the people, let them know what you got, if
Not
anything.
yet, yo. Not yet. This year, just, as sad as the year came in, I'm trying not to let the year continue. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. I gotta feel the vibe again.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. I just want to say what's up to the people in the chat. Epsilon minus. I don't know why you changed your name, but I'm gonna
I
call
was
you
like,
I
who the
Love
hell's
Food.
that?
So I Love Food.
Oh,
Change his name. Terrence is in the house. Paul is in the house. Flash is in the house. Mads Mama Bear is in the house. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us. You know how we do. You know what we plan to do for the new year. So let's get it started. So, for those of you who don't know or do know, we up here in Canada are
oh,
actually,
Montreal,
well,
Quebec.
Quebec. Actually, I heard Ottawa's doing it too now.
Till they do it, it's just us, yo.
Just today, they're going to be implementing the lockdown as well. So, what's up, Rogue Comments? What's up, Mystic Shadows? What's up, G Major? How
I
you
love
doing?
food too, yo.
And yeah, I know you still. I love food. That's what it is to me. But anyways, like Roberto said, right now, more or less just Quebec. We're locked down. They closed all of our theaters, gyms, bars, social gatherings, and they also gave us a curfew. What are your thoughts on it, Roberto?
That says a lot on its own right there, yo, because this time I only joined the gym for 3 months because I felt like, winter's coming. So, excuse me, something's going to happen, and people are telling me, oh, don't talk that shit. When you talk like that, shit happens. Listen, if I had that much effect on the world, I'd be thinking different thoughts. I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't be wasting it on this stupid ass shit we're going through. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You could see, I asked Anzo earlier today when we talked about what our topic would be. If he saw the news today, he told me he didn't. So I'm going to share what they said on the news that I done said last year when they put us on curfew.
All
I
right.
said when they put us on curfew, I hope they do some statistical shit on this to see why we are the only ones on curfew.
Mm-hmm.
And if this curfew has any relevance when it's done. Zero, because they released a study today that they did a study on it and it has no relevance on the outcome compared to anywhere else that doesn't apply a curfew. You think that's going to stop their asses? No. You know why? That's who we is. We is sheep over here. Sheep. They do or they say we do. 2022.
So, where's the thing you wanted to share?
That's it, man.
I
What
thought
was
you
on
had
the
like
news? They did the study.
I thought you had like a clip or something that you wanted me to
Oh,
bring
I
up.
don't bring clips. I just bring words, man. I wish I could do that clip shit. I ain't that advanced yet. Maybe 2023. But it was nice to be sitting there watching the news and see them say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so comforting. And it's so rare that you watch the news and get something comforting said to you that you're right.
Well, we've all been saying the same thing, though, right? We've all been saying, is the curfew, or you know what I mean? Is it going to work? Is it helping? And it's like you said, it's not. I don't know what you did on New Year's, but I was watching like the countdown and everything, watching the New York. Yo, they were going bananas out there, bro, and we couldn't even leave our houses.
All I know, I saw two drunk guys. Well, one stone guy, one drunk guy on CNN. Um, it was fucking sad. That's all I could tell you. It was fucking sad. And I don't think age has anything to do with it because I know when I was young, The elder people that were around me were celebrating New Year's the same way I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, happy to live another year. Hopefully the next year brings more light and stuff like that. This year, it was like, rah, rah, it's over. Let's go to bed.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
it's a depressing state we're in right now, man. And anyone who says there isn't, they're lying, man. Somehow, some way, you're feeling this.
But this is the problem that I'm having, and I spoke with this earlier. I was on Chris's stream, and then I talked about it before. Is yeah, I understand that this virus, right? People are catching it at high rates. We had like 4,000 cases in one day, but what's the death rate though?
Thank
Like,
you.
what? How is it killing these? And then Chris was like, said something like a 98%, right? But when COVID first hit, all you heard about was the infected and the death. Infected, death. They went hand in hand. But
And the
when I hear about
ICU's
this,
being full.
right. And when I hear about this one, what I'm hearing about it, I'm not hearing the death rates. I hear hospitals are being overrun again or whatever, but that could come down to people panicking too, right? Because you can go to the pharmacy and buy a test for yourself. So you buy a test now and it says you're positive, you're going to run to the hospital like, oh my God, I'm positive, I have it, I have it. So that could be another reason too. Now, the severity of the people in the hospitals and how much beds they're taking up, I have no idea, but those numbers are not being broadcast to us as much as they were in the beginning. So I'm like, what's the point? Like when they talked about giving the shot to everybody, what were the reasons they told us why we should take the shots? Do you remember, Roberto?
I can't even tell you. I just feel like we got duped, yo.
It was so that, hey, you take the shot, then we don't have to be locked down again. Then we don't have to have
It's
another
bullshit.
curfew. We're locked down. We got a curfew. And now they want to give you a booster shot on top of that. So now you got to take another shot. That's a third shot. Like, I'm like, what was the point of people taking the shots if we're still locked down?
They're going to blame it again on the non vaccinated. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
state again that 99.9% of the people hospitalized are the non vaccinated. Okay, so let's work on the non vaccinated and the vaccinated people. You guys chill. You did your civil duty. You're good now. But like I saw this meme, they're going to give you a fucking booster card like that McDonald's thing. When you get 8 boosters, you get a free coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen now because everything.
Mm-mm.
My whole point on this was, hey, Dandelion.
Yeah, we ain't gonna make you mad. Don't worry.
My whole
But
point
continue.
on this was conflicting information.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I didn't think there was no chip in the needle. I didn't think they're trying to control us with some serum in the whatever they were giving us. For me, it was conflicting information, and it still continues today. Before it was 6 months. Wait, was it 10 days? You had to
Mm-hmm.
rest after catching it. Now they determine it's 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
What caused that determination in a year span? What about this new virus made you decide it's 5 days? There's just too much things like where do you get this information from? Like how do you determine these things? Schools are closed, schools are back open, schools are gonna go back. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you don't send some money out there again like you did the first time, what's gonna happen to those businesses that are closing?
Well, that's the issue that a lot of people are having now, right? Since it's really only Quebec that has done it, there's no federal government funding right now, and a lot of people are
Well,
worried about
Ontario's
that.
following suit too, closing all their bars and
Yeah,
closing
yeah,
the gyms. And they're all
yeah.
following suit.
Mhm.
When is the government going to hold these companies liable? Like I heard in I don't know if it's the states or here, but Walmart is raising the prices on their rapid tests. People are exploiting stuff that should be essential during a pandemic. Just fucking people, and these people that are making the money should not be making the money. Everything should be fucking free and the government should be paying for it.
I
This
agree.
is a pandemic. Why are we paying?
I agree
Why are we
100%.
running around looking
Yeah.
for fucking fast rapid tests Why aren't they delivered to your house like they do everything else when they
Mm-hmm.
want control? You know,
I
the
agree
j-
with you 100%. If they want to, have people be able to test themselves, you should get those tests for free, right? You should be able to go to your pharmacy, your local pharmacy or whatever, and pick up one of those tests for free. You should not have to pay for that test because you could just go to the hospital, get your test for free. So why pay for it? The convenience of your own home? Nah, I'd
not
rather.
only that, did you hear about these rapid tests that they have a lot of false positive
No, I haven't heard that.
because it could pick up. What's up, guys? Gar?
What's up,
So,
guys? Go.
brothers,
Happy New Year, man.
happy
Happy
New
New
Year to
Year.
you.
Welcome,
Supposedly,
welcome.
they could pick up the dead cells in your body and give a positive result, but
Oh,
you're not
really?
contagious. Yes. So now you're going to spend 10 days in your house. Who's paying your rent? Who's paying your utility bills? Who's giving you the money to survive during those 10 days? Is it your employer that's liable to do this? There's just it's just fuckery, pure fuckery. Like you don't know what to do anymore.
Mm-hmm. You heard the topic, guys? Go. Are you listening?
Yeah, of course, man. I
All
was
right.
listening. I was listening in.
What do you think? Because you're in it
Honestly,
with
man,
us. You're in the thick of it with us, bro. So.
in the thick of it. Oh man, I have to deal with the employees and everything in reality, keeping themselves safe as well, man. It's you know what? It's what you guys said and what we said last year, right? It's conflict information. You know, they're saying one thing. This is to make sure this doesn't happen again, and then you got another variant and another variant. You know, and they don't know. They don't know. We're just hoping that it all ends soon. But for example, my sister-in-law, one of them didn't want to get vaccinated. Works for a pharmaceutical company. She lost her job. She lost her job. She has
It's fucked up.
yeah, she lost her job. So she has the things. She's okay, but she had a backup plan. My other sister-in-law, who was also against it, she only has that job that she can do to provide for her family. So she went ahead and got the first vaccination, or else she was going to lose her job. Now, the thing is, right? She got the vaccination. What's been happening? A lot of people have been catching COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not enough guards. There's not enough nurses. So they called her during her vacation, during the holidays, that we need you because we have too many people sick. But she goes, I'm not fully vaccinated yet. I can't. I was going to get my second shot during the holidays. No, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't matter anymore.
Because we need you.
All right. The same thing what happened with our premier said last week. We're shutting down. We're going to curfew. But nurses that test positive for COVID
Are still working.
that have little or no symptoms can continue to work.
Yes.
Where's the fucking sense in that?
Yes.
There isn't sense. They don't know what to do now because
They're
you know
panicking.
what? They're not only panicking, they're also using this to divert us from other issues, especially here in Quebec. What happened to all those nurses that we had that were wearing hijabs because of Bill 21? Now they can't work. Or teachers that have been pulled out of classrooms because they have a religious hijab on. They can't do that. What happened to all those doctors that we lost because of that freaking law? That's the problem. They're not going to admit that, but it's okay. Now we can go out everywhere with our faces covered up, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? It absolutely makes no sense. My job requires the 2 vaccines. I got it because it was choice. I believe in freedom of choice. I don't believe you should lose your job, your pensions, your health insurance because you choose not to. It's just ridiculous. Right now, we're just, we're locked down. I went out the other day with my dog at past 10 o'clock thinking that I was allowed. Apparently, I came back. My wife goes, you weren't allowed to go out at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to walk your dogs anymore?
And
No.
then they brought it back. Now they brought it back. Now they say, oh, it's okay. Fuck it. They're idiots. They have no idea. You saw the premiere today? Ask him a question. He's shrugging his shoulder. Hey, you think after
Too busy
2 fucking
focusing
years?
on that plane ride.
Yeah, seriously, you heard about that? The summary? Fucking Quebecers, man.
Yeah, we're good for something.
Oh my god! But no, it sucks. I have a lot of friends, and I'm sure you guys do too, that are in the in restaurant businesses, waiters and stuff. That from one day to the other, they lost their fucking jobs.
Yeah, for real.
All that food in the fridge for the reservations and all that gone.
Yeah,
waste.
That's spontaneous shit.
and
At
that's
least
why
they gave us 1 day to adjust for the curfew. They didn't throw it that night, like
Nah,
everything else they did.
yeah.
but this is the thing. Post sent a $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Poe. Much
What up,
appreciated.
Poe?
But like I was saying, this is the thing. Like I'm watching New Year's Eve in New York, and they're partying hard, bro. You know what I mean? They out there partying. You got performers and everybody, people no mask and shit. And I'm sitting here like, I can't leave my fucking house.
I'm holding my drink, going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I can't leave
Yeah,
my
man.
house. And listen, I get it.
Yeah.
They want to make things better for us. I appreciate the effort, but now you're contradicting everything you said with the first lockdown,
Yeah.
with the first vaccination. You said you get vaccinated, don't worry, no more lockdowns. We have a curfew so that we don't have to do it again, and then boom, right
Yeah,
away
that
we're
was a
doing it
trick.
again.
That was a trick just to get more people to go get it. That there's not going to be a
They're all
lockdown.
tricks. They're all fucking tricks.
You know
Absolutely.
what's crazy? It's my old man. My old man said it. It's that generation that went through the whole, hunger, freaking smallpox and all that freaking shit. Goes, oh no, you're gonna see there's gonna be another one because they have no idea what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And it's true.
Yeah.
Another lockdown. And you know
And
what? There's gonna be another variant.
And then there's going to be another lockdown.
Yeah.
I was watching something today and they were talking about until the next variant. Like, don't even fucking play saying shit like that because we already think there's conspiracies that you guys look. I just had some like little funny conspiracy while I was smoking a spliff today. I said they tried to suppress weed for so long because they saw all of the medical benefits that weed had, right?
Right.
So how long has weed been legal now?
2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, almost 3 years. So I would like to think the medical industry is taking somewhat of a hit, not being able to prescribe as much medicine since marijuana has been legal. So let's start a little fucking pandemic. We'll get everybody on board.
For real.
All these major companies are going to have to get crazy money from the government. Because they're hand in hand, government and medicine.
Of course. And for sure they're getting funded by doing these things, right?
Absolutely.
There's
There's
funding.
somebody patting their pockets through something.
But-
and this should be something of goodwill, of faith, of humanity. You're doing for the next man, not for your pocket.
That's right.
But the people who are controlling us, it's all about their pockets, yo. They don't give a shit if 60% of the restaurants, which is it's the heartbeat of our fucking city. 60% of our restaurants close.
For
and
real.
never open again. Do you know what kind of fucking stab that is to restaurateurs like us?
Oh,
absolutely.
Forget it.
Let me just say,
major stab.
Mem sent a 99-cent super chat. Thank you very much for popping in. Much appreciated. And hey, man, I hear what you guys are saying 100%, and none of it makes sense to me right now. And people aren't going to get funded this time. Like people so far, there's no funding that's happening for these people that are losing their jobs or anything. And then if you got to go on unemployment, you got to wait like 3 months to collect. Like.
Yeah. The other thing is that you just like, I understand the purpose of the vaccination. First of all, it shouldn't be called a vaccine because it's not really vaccine. It's not really eliminating zero cost. For me, a vaccine against like chickenpox and stuff, like you don't get it, right? Or the measles and things like that. But I understand the purpose of it. The purpose of it was to stop the emergency rooms from overflowing.
Yes.
And we all know here there's a shortage of labor even before this pandemic because people were exiling this province because the stupid laws and the language laws and the religious laws. People were just leaving. We were losing all our medical. People were coming here to study because it's cheaper than the rest of the country and leaving.
Yep.
Right.
Because they make more money everywhere else.
Exactly. Right. And the thing is that out of a poll, there was actually a lot of Francophone people that were actually leaving the province because they saw that, hey, okay, I can make money other parts of Canada or the US. Right. And they would just leave.
They tried to draft my mom in Nova Scotia.
And
they
told
her you can make 3 times your salary doing the same job there.
Right. And the fact that they speak French too in those other places, boom, you're good.
100%, man. 100%. Language should not be looked at as, like I get it. I understand the cultural background of the history of the province and needing to learn it. But when you have people that come with degrees, right, that are showed so much resistance to show the
You're
equality,
being polite. It's disrespect.
it
That's what I
is.
call
I
it.
Yeah.
know, but you have the papers. You don't. They have to do the equivalence in French, and if they don't get it, they can't work here.
Right.
Well, guess what? How many doctors have we lost? How many engineers have we lost? That's why Toronto is as huge as it is.
You took the words
Mm-hmm.
out of my mouth. We built Toronto. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Montreal built Toronto.
100%.
Yeah.
101 started it, and they're just continuing to
Yeah.
assist.
Absolutely.
And that last referendum helped it. Helped
Yeah.
that final push.
For real.
Mhm.
Post sent a $5 super chat. The young soft 1986, younger than me generation are mostly soft. Not all though. I'm in the South. Most are soft, bend to their will. Well, the generation now, like I say it all the time, this generation is soft. They are softer than we have ever been when it comes to things that you say, trying to cancel people and all kinds of stuff. It's definitely softer than when we were growing up, 100%.
Yeah.
You know.
Just to hide up what Flash said. So if you don't speak French, you can't live in some areas. No, you can. You can go living here in Quebec without speaking French. You still can function.
Absolutely.
Especially in Montreal. Montreal, like forget it. It's bilingual. It's a bilingual city. You can.
But there are some areas
yeah,
that
there's
are
some-
like separatists.
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
don't
The East
have to
End.
stay there.
The
I
East
mean,
End.
yeah, you got that right. The East End. Like I was at a bank where they refused to speak to me in English. They refused to give me any English material. Everything was French. And I said, but wait, you guys make money off of my money. What makes me want to stay here?
Right.
Exactly.
All they could ever say is, "Hey, ça c'est Quebec." You know, like this is some kind of
On
Polo
habite au
Ralph
Québec.
Lauren kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's messed up. They take their jobs way too serious, bro. Like they won't do it. And if you don't speak French, they get on you. Like, oh, you don't speak French. Why you living here? And all kinds of
Exactly.
It's not
bullshit,
so
bro.
much they take their job serious, they power trip on the
Of the-
power of authority
right.
with the backing of the government that they're allowed to talk to you that way.
Especially with the CAC, whatever these guys are called right now, who they're
The
saying are going to win
That
again.
CAC.
They're going to win again.
Yeah, we're getting the CAC with these guys. I'm telling you.
For real. Like I told somebody, I was telling I think it was Road Comic and them. I was like, yeah, we got language police, bro. You know what I mean? Like, go think about that for a bit. We got language police. They will go into a business and fine your ass if you're not speaking in French.
Yep.
If your literature isn't in French bigger than English, they're finding your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what's important right now in this province.
You know what I mean?
When the pandemic started, don't you guys remember?
Yeah.
They funded what was it, $2 million into the language police right when the pandemic started, when they were closing down fucking restaurants and stuff. Oh, send the language police to them though.
Just so the rest of you not Montrealers know, they had a problem with stop being on our stop signs.
Geez.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The universal thing, you know?
Yeah.
Funniest thing, France had stop on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
right?
have to have arrête. So when people come here and go, all right, to drive through a stop sign, you know what I mean? They use a slang up in Montreal, all right?
Yep, that's what I'm saying, you know, and it's getting ridiculous. So they don't know what they're doing with this stuff, and we're paying for it. You know what I mean? We as people, you know, I remember at one point they were about to fire all the nurses. Like, if you don't get the shots, you're going to fire you. And then they realized that a lot of the nurses weren't vaccinated. And if they did that, they would have been in a shitload of trouble. So what they end up doing was saying, well, if you worked here for a certain amount of time or already worked here, you don't have to do it. But all the new people coming in, you need to be vaccinated. Because they can't lose that. And now, like you said, they're telling nurses to come in. If you got symptoms and you have it, it's okay. You can come in. Like, really?
You know what a good government would do? All these nurses that still haven't paid off their school loans, they should pay them off for them.
Facts.
After all this.
They're on the front lines, bro. You know what I mean? They're putting themselves at risk. Absolutely.
The hours and hours that they've worked is crazy. Those
had one
people.
On the news yesterday. They had a woman on the news yesterday talking straight to the prime minister. Mr. Prime Minister, I need a day off. I need
Mm-hmm.
a day off. I'm losing my mind. I get no sleep. I am no good to people right now, but yet you're keeping me here.
Yeah.
What you just said. There's a crazy documentary on Disney Plus on the National Geographic part. It's called The First Wave. It follows the lives of nurses in New York during the first wave.
Mm-hmm.
It's very graphic. I had to stop watching that and
New
watch it
York
in
was
parts.
dangerous, huh? New
No,
York.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna watch that tonight.
yeah. It's called The
Cool.
First Wave. I am telling you, what they have to live. Like I heard stories of a friend of mine that's a nurse here. What things she went through, but seeing it like that and seeing people die
Mm-hmm.
and the
Every day.
quantities.
Yeah, every day. The amount of people that they had to see die.
And
You are correct. And I don't care who you are, after a while, that shit gets up to affect you. You know what I
100%.
mean? You're seeing death every day. You're watching people's loved ones come in, they're crying. And at that point, you
They
couldn't
can't
even
even
go and
come
see them.
in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can't even
You
come in and
can't,
see it.
Yeah,
people are
You know?
dying. You can't even see your loved ones. You
they
can't even put your loved ones to rest.
they were FaceTiming with
Yep.
iPads
Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
with the patients and stuff. And there was one scene where they just spoke and they turned off the iPad, and in a matter of minutes, the person passed away.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Paul
It's
sent a
crazy.
$2 super chat. He said, "They are fed not to think. Govern will think for you." Uh, um,
That's where it's come to. That's what it's come to.
Mm.
hey man, it was all about control. They did what they had to do. We accepted the first lockdown. We'll
Mhm.
accept it again, and if they have to do it again, we'll accept it
Mhm.
again. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And at this point, it's like, okay, if it's not working, why are you continuing to do it? There has to be
Mhm.
something else that we can do to get around this other than locking people up in their houses and making people lose their businesses.
But the
It's
fact that that report was released
Yeah.
and nothing's coming of it
that's your
just tells
test.
me even more.
Yeah.
Tells me even more that we're
Right
sheep.
here.
Mhm.
I
You
was
see,
talking to these two guys. One was Israeli. Another
Mhm.
guy was from Poland, I believe. And I was talking about how in France they all stood up. They all went on the streets. They all said, "Fuck that! Give us proof. We'll give you what you want.
Mhm.
Without proof, fuck you. We're not sheep." And I said, we should do the same. These guys told me, "Oh, it's different there." I go, "Okay. So what about you in Poland? Oh, it's different there." I go, "What about the US? You think this shit could go on in the US?" What do you think they told me? It's different there. I said, "That's why you're fucking sheep. If
Mhm.
you keep saying it's different there, then we're always going to be the same here.
Mhm.
Why can't we give them something to say? Oh, look, they finally stood up for themselves. They finally did something. They finally questioned something." No, we're so brainwashed that we just fucking think that everybody else is privileged to do these things. Anybody could stand up.
Mhm.
Anybody. You might not get the same outcome, but anybody could stand up.
The problem is here is the fear, the repercussions of standing up,
It takes
because you
it
have
takes a few, right, guys? Car.
right,
It
yeah,
takes a
100%,
few, and you just
100%.
get a few people to believe in you. Let that momentum drive, and next thing you know, it's fucking happening here. You
But
know,
that's
So
why that's why there's this the shortage, right? The people that are close, how many people that were close to their pension that just took their early pension because they
mhm.
don't want to deal with all this. We lost like, I don't know, like two or three technicians because of that.
just
Yeah,
go on
absolutely,
It's
go
bro.
on any job search and
yeah.
see. Like you can fucking scroll. Like I remember, I used to look and have to go to different sectors within in
Mhm.
2 minutes of looking for work. Now I could scroll for weeks in the
Yeah.
same division.
Mhm.
Brr, brr, brr,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the salaries are outrageous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where they used to be 13, they're now 24, and they're
Mhm.
still not getting people to go.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And um, shit. What was I gonna say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
2022 ain't changed,
Man.
yo.
Man.
Never.
No,
But
I wanted to say about this, right? The reason why I had to test myself is I was at my brother-in-law's for Christmas, and he tested positive on Sunday. and he just let me know because of work. I have to check this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get my hands on this, but I was lucky enough that a girl that works for me works for a hospital as well, who got a permanent job. She'll be leaving to work permanently for there. And God bless her soul, she gave me a few tests so that I can test my family for it. And because I had my eldest daughter was sick for a week. So it was a close call scare, but my brother-in-law not vaccinated. I told him, how do you feel out of 10? He goes, 3 out of 10. He goes, he's asthmatic, he's overweight, but he said, this is nothing compared to other colds that I had. He goes, this is just a little bit of a chest cold.
Right.
I feel tired, but I'm okay.
Right.
So everybody's different how they go through this, right?
And at some point they said if you have sniffles, like if you had symptoms of the common cold, you have COVID, fucking stay home 10 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why, you know, for me to watch the news and them say 9,000 people today, and we're projecting 16,000 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow comes, and what do you know? It's 16,000. I'm supposed to fucking believe you? Who do you have in there predicting these numbers?
Yeah.
What kind of math are you doing to know that?
Exactly. It's what you said before. We don't know.
We don't know,
numbers.
guys, Gar. We don't know. And
we
for
don't.
me, when you start giving me bullshit, I give you resistance.
Yeah.
Because I feel insulted. I feel like just because you have 2 or 3 people believing you doesn't mean we all fucking believe you. Fuck you. And I'm one of those guys that stand up and say fuck you. But of course, I take the grunt for everybody because nobody stands up, right? 1 or 3 stand up, and those 3 are made example of. But that's what I'm talking about. More people have to stand up and ask questions rather than just say, I'm going to be a part of the solution. We don't know if it's a solution. They don't even know if it's a fucking solution.
I agree. 100%. Terrence Alonzo, if someone said, Terrence, you can't buy your supplements, we're putting it on lockdown, that would be a chop to the throat, followed by a foot to the nose.
Weed's always available, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
It's governmental.
Yeah, right. We're going to lock down everything, but the alcohol and weed stores, they're going to stay open.
Oh, but wait, for the liquor store now, now they're going to start asking for your vaccination pass.
Really?
Yep.
Here,
to buy alcohol?
Here's a $10 tip. Could you just get me a bottle of Subtle Comfort?
If I'm a smart entrepreneur, I'll be sitting outside of that thing. Do you need anything?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna have SAQ assistant on the side of my jacket. Fuck, I'll be making $100 a day. Just get it. What do you need inside there?
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? Because I remember right before Christmas and New Year's, they went on strike, right? So when I went into the alcohol store, the shelves were empty, man. The only thing that was in there was what people didn't want. You know what I mean? And the big bottles, you know, $50 bottles and stuff like that. And now you're telling me this? It's very interesting. What's that? What does that do? What does that do? Now you're going to have people who need their alcohol who can't get it because they're not vaccinated. Yeah, it's another way to try to force people to get vaccinated again.
Exactly. It's to stop people from gathering in private parties when they're not supposed to.
It's ridiculous. They didn't even want people gathering for Christmas and New Year's, bro.
Well, Christmas, yeah, they didn't mind about Christmas. They were asking us to use our proper judgment, but they that fuck that. And honestly, man, I had my sister-in-law over here on freaking New Year's Eve. So.
But didn't they have a limit to the number of people you had to bring?
Yeah, but they have to sleep over, right?
Yeah, they had to sleep over.
But that's what I told my wife. So what if they sleep over? Big fucking deal. It's better they sleep over anyways. They could drink more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, true.
It
all depends on the company, Roberto.
You get the fuck up.
That's a good point too. Because you have a family member over there that you don't want around. It's like, oh my god, this motherfucker got to stay here tonight.
Throw him outside and call the cops. Let him get him right away. Instead of one, he's in my front lawn.
For sure, man.
I think he's black.
Damn.
Yes, Mystic Shadow, need alcohol. There are people out there that need to drink. Like, you know what I mean? Alcoholics or whatever, they need their drink, they need their fix at the end of the day.
Why don't they talk about their sales during this time at the SAQ and the SQDC? I'm sure both of them are up 200%.
There's always a lineup. There's always a lineup to get in those
Yeah, of course. Everybody's buying their alcohol. Everybody's buying their fucking weed, bro. Yeah, those numbers stayed the same or went up for sure.
They went up dramatically. That's why they're keeping them open.
Man,
There's
people are
no effect on them. They'll close
Exactly.
fucking shopping centers, but they won't close the SQDC. Is that crazy? They close grocery stores. They won't close the SQDC.
because we're closed on Sundays, huh?
Yeah, I was just about to say
We're
that.
closed on Sundays.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you realize how long the last lockdown was, curfew? It was almost 6 months, man.
Yeah, I know. And they're talking about 3 weeks, my ass.
That's what they said the first time.
I know.
And you know what else is scary? When they first time they did this, people were like Geisgar and I just before. I still had people over. I still went out. I still did my shit. Now, I was at my boy's house to watch football on Sunday. As I get near his house, I get a text, no football today. I was like, what? I call him up. What the fuck? My wife. No people over today. I said, so what? You couldn't tell me that before? Didn't I ask you if your wife was cool with it?
I'll give you one of these. Here, I'm fucking negative.
Tampon shit. Stick this shit up your ass, bitch.
Come here, man.
Just when I get to his house, I go to text him to open the door so I can sneak in the side of the building. And I see this text, no fucking football. I was so fucking pissed.
So wait,
the last time, huh?
You're not allowed to go in the building either? You weren't allowed
You're not allowed to have any guest on Zo.
That was
not even 4 or 5.
Wait, that was last year, not this year.
No, it's worse now.
Really?
At least before you were allowed 4 people or something.
Isn't it 6, you know?
I thought it was.
But maybe now, but I'm talking like when they first put the curfew, they said 0 guests.
Really?
Yeah, my parents didn't even want to come over. They're paranoid, man.
Oh, man.
Like, people are really paranoid this time.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking cold. What's up, Danny?
What's up, Danny?
What's up, bro?
You came in here laughing to say some shit. What you got to say, Danny? What you got to say?
Looking like Shaft.
Comes in giggling.
Man, when Gaskar said that thing about the liquor, gotta have the shot thing, you was like, liquor? I was hoping he was saying weed. If he said you gotta have that thing for weed, shit, your ass to be the lad tomorrow.
Absolutely not, because I don't go to them places to get my food. You know what I mean? I still do the black market stuff. So I mean, now if my guy says, "Oh no, you got to be vaccinated," I'll be like, "Motherfucker." I'd have to find another way, but
another way, the Nzo way.
It ain't funny, man, but I would chuckle. See you trying to figure that shit out, man.
Hey, man,
what I'm gonna do?
If worse comes to worse,
this
little tent will turn. The lights will go back on. And those seeds will go into a pot.
Natural sunlight
and whatever I fucking get, I get, man. I do that. Fuck it. Yeah, but it's kind of ridiculous though. Like at the same time,
funny to me,
you know.
Okay, so here it says,
I see we're taking some shots because we're Canadian and we're having it rough here, but
no, to tell you the truth, I wish our government was a little bit more precautious like y'all's. I mean,
I was just gonna say that
I could survive the shutdown. I could survive it.
You see, me too. I could. Let me just get to this post on the $2 super chat. He said, govern is crazy, but have the most beautiful country. Huh? Oh shit. You want to share that again? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give me a sec because it was the wrong thing.
Oh, Canada. You meant Canada's beautiful. Yeah. I remember I was walking around and I was showing Poe. I sent him a video while I was walking down the street. Poe was like, "That's what Canada looks like." I had no idea that's what it looked like, bro. What the fuck did you think it looked like?
Now, I've been to Canada in the 90s. I don't know what part it was. Like, I went in Detroit and then come out in New York. And what I saw wasn't beautiful. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I was like, damn, boy, these long ass roads and it was cold as fuck. I don't know what part of the Canada I was in. All I know is I made entry in coming through Detroit. So whatever part is closest to Detroit.
You were in Windsor, Ontario.
Yeah, Windsor, Ontario's cold, boy.
Yeah. I was like,
damn it,
you buy them lakes. You buy them lakes.
And man, they didn't seem like they like Americans neither, boy. go pick up the shit that was acting all crazy and fool. I'm like, man, shit. I ain't done shit to y'all. So what the fuck you mad at me for?
They probably didn't have their Tim Hortons and their Timbits.
For real. Anzo, fuck a shutdown. They're just trying to
Tim
control
Hortons
everyone
run things out there, boy.
and shut down small businesses. That's what it seems like, man,
Yep.
because a lot of these small businesses are the ones that are struggling. Those are the ones that are going under. And then the government's going to come up and scoop up those lands and be like, hey, let's put this here. Condo. Yeah.
I know
Yes.
in the first one, a good friend of mine, his wife owns like her own
What
hair
up, MSK?
place.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of grants for small businesses and stuff that they didn't have to pay back. So that got them through a lot of that stuff. I don't know if that's still available.
That's the thing. The first time, Donnie, there was a ton of that. But now there's crickets. There's nothing like that. So, guys, go ahead with what you're showing.
So this is for non-essential, like private gatherings, single person with their kids with the occupants of one home. Indoor, 6 persons or occupants of 2 homes limit. So you can have occupants of 2 homes with a limit of 6 people in your house.
Okay.
What about if you
As
get
long as
you're
you're a single person with kids with the occupants of one home.
Gotta do some fucking math by the time you figure out they're knocking on your door.
I'm telling you, man. I was about to say.
Comes back to like,
yeah, it's
As long as you have 3
crazy.
kids, one of them's over 9, but the 9-year-old can't stay in the same room as the 5-year-old. If so, you know what I mean?
They're traveling at a speed of 2 kilometers per hour toward the front door to respond to the police officers.
Oh shit! Talking about 2 miles an hour. What happened in Virginia, yo? Danny, what's up with you people? You guys can't handle snow?
I told you that. I'm telling you. Listen,
36 hours.
2 days ago, it was like a strong wind and a lot of rain. They said it might cause flash floods. They canceled school, and all it was hard rain.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, my wife said, "Look, Dan, they're putting the kids in." And I look at that way. I say, "Yeah," because I would hate if my child was on a bus, went through a rural area, flash flood, got the bus over, and something bad happened. So they err on the side of precaution here in the United States. I don't know what you're talking about in Virginia, but I can tell you now in South Carolina, we can't drive in the snow. And when they talk about snow, people shut down. Grocery store shelves are empty. You can't find no bread. You can't find no water. You can't find no milk. You can't find no cold cuts. That's the first 4 things they're going to buy.
But what's crazy is not a truck drove by cleaning to make any efforts to clean. No cops, nobody. They just sent out a message over the airwaves. We know you're there and we're doing our best. And those people sat in their cars from anywhere from 24 to 36 hours.
Ooh, boy.
That is fucking insane that could happen in 2022.
I agree because I know I've seen the salt trucks and I've seen the trucks with the snow tires. I know those items exist.
Peace, Flash.
But why they didn't, I don't know.
Hey, man. Not everybody can handle the shit that we go through, Roberto.
Yeah, Vancouver can't handle it, and they're Canadian.
Right.
I think I talked to Gascar earlier. He said it was -2.
Yeah,
I can't
yesterday.
I can't wrap my mind around. If we get
we have our windows open.
If we get in the 17s
Fahrenheit, though,
man, we
like
fucking
minus 19, 20.
We pissed.
Yeah.
We like, what the hell going on?
Yeah.
So I know.
Anytime you got to be scared here, Danny, is when it's really sunny.
Yeah,
it's really sunny here.
Yeah.
You know to stay your ass home that
cold
day.
outside, bro.
Wow.
We're talking minus double digits, like 21.
Like when it's sunny,
30.
when it's sunny in the wintertime.
Super sunny, it's super cold.
Yeah.
You open up your window and you're like, "Oh shit, the sun is out. Hey, it looks good." And
Let me air out the apartment.
Like, what the fuck?
You have a sheet of ice between your window or whatever. Touching the bottom.
Condensation from the difference of temperature and shit.
Be lucky if you could even open up your fucking window because it froze and shit. You know,
Danny. When our minuses equal your minuses, that's when it's it's cold because it got here with the wind chill one time up to minus 40.
Yeah.
one time.
40. Mm-hmm.
Shit, how y'all live with some shit like that?
Well, look what's
I don't-
happening in
I don't
the
even-
West.
I don't even think fire can sustain that shit.
Oh yeah, there's fires, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I remember the fire that we had on Plemon once. You know, remember that
Yeah,
building
yeah.
that burned down?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That was like it was like minus 25, and the fire department was pouring fire, and it was like ice at the same time.
When they were done, that building was full of ice. It was an ice castle, bro. Yeah.
I see Team Virus is saying he want to come up in Canada. He likes training in the cold. You never train in Canadian cold.
No, you don't want.
Trust me.
You don't want none of that shit.
You want to be a statue? You come up here and train outside.
Better not trim that hair on your chest because you're gonna need it.
He was talking about if I came up there in my tank top and stuff in like October, I was like, no. No, bro, you're not coming up here walking around in no tank top.
No one cares. He probably might try and do it.
He try, but Danny, if you ain't used to this cold, it hits different, man.
That's why I was actually last night.
Touches your bones.
I say, what month it start getting cold? Because I won't be there, buddy. I'm guarantee you.
It varies because
October's still good. Yeah, actually, we were lucky. Funny. This October, we were lucky.
I don't trust you.
It was nice up until a good end of November.
Yeah, it was. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, it was good often. This year. Yeah, it's not always gonna be.
I ain't trusting that.
But the weather hasn't, like when we were growing up, Danny. When we were growing up, that was the fucking shit. Our cold is not even like that. Because I used to go to schools like 2 blocks away. And halfway through, we'd have to stop in a building and warm up because it was cold, bro.
Yeah.
You couldn't breathe through your nostrils because they would freeze
up. Yeah.
Like when you inhale through your nostrils, they would stay down like that.
Yeah. And not only that, you're walking through like 15 feet of snow. You know what I mean? Like the snow was crazy. We used to go to the Plaza Cotonage, and every time it snowed, they'd have this big fucking mountain. We would just fucking sled down and shit. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah, bro. It ain't like that anymore. It ain't like that.
This is how me and Nzo went to school. Hold on, I have a picture. I want to share it.
But shit, now they got them damn socks and stuff that you can put the berries in and keep your feet warm.
Maybe over there.
That ain't shit.
Y'all better go get some.
Those fucking batteries will freeze to your feet.
This is how me and Oz used to go to school.
Facts.
Just like this.
Facts.
That's exactly how we went.
I'd be like, Mom, Dad, why the hell did y'all move us here?
And you want to know the worst part about it, though, Danny? Unless there was like a fucking snowstorm, we would have to stay outside and play in the snow.
Oh yeah, we still played.
Yeah, we were outside and not cold. Unless it was like a real big, heavy snowstorm, they would let us go inside the school. But in elementary, nope.
Not only that, I recall maybe missing school twice because of snow.
Yeah,
and I'm talking like if we had the snow now that we had back then. These guys would be shut down. Months of school. Yeah, months of school. But back in Danny, I went to open the front door of my building to leave, and all I saw was snow. The snow was higher than the front of our building. It almost went beyond the first floor.
Yeah.
So, like, until they shoveled a cave to walk out of our building, we were trapped.
That's fucked
Hey, you
up.
jumped on the second story balcony.
We did that.
Yeah, we did.
We actually jumped off the third.
Are all three of y'all from like tropical places originally?
My parents, yeah.
Not me. I'm from Nova Scotia.
It's cold
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I snapped my hair in Nova Scotia. That's how cold it is over
right,
there. You can't use no dippity doo or
that gel and shit we used to pop
super
in
curl.
Yeah. So fucking cold here. I lost it all, Danny.
You see?
You know the soul glow, Danny? You can't put that shit over here.
I'll stay right here and get old crack-a-lack. Shit. Just last week it was 80-something degrees here. It just got cold now.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, it's cold.
I'm doing the stream with Danny. All of a sudden, he puts on his jacket. I'm like, "Oh shit, you got a call?" He goes, "No, I'm cold."
I just told my wife, I say, "Was it just me? Is it kind of chilling?" She said, "Yeah, it was chilling out because hey, man, turn that shit up. I can't take no cold."
Wow. And what you say?
I just told her yesterday. I said, today. I said, "Look, tomorrow go find a chimney cleaner. Let's get the chimney clean out because I'm about to get it heated up in here."
Paul sent a
Jiminy in South
$2 super
Carolina.
chat. He said, "At David Quintana is here, loyal follower." Absolutely, Paul. You've always been a loyal follower. Enough respect to you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I don't know what we're gonna do, and I can mark my words. 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna come back on the stream and say we're still locked down.
That's what we're predicting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a bad thing, though, Ponzo. If you
Right
get
now,
your
it's
number-
okay because
you
there's
get your
nothing really
numbers
to
down.
see after 10 o'clock here besides freezing
Yeah.
temperatures and snow.
Right. That's for me. I'm like, it didn't matter because I'm like, you know, I mean, I don't do shit after 10
Can't do
anyways.
that shit in the summer, yo.
I'm curious about something, Monzo.
Mhm.
Is that taste or is it a health reason you drink
Excuse me.
grape juice like that?
This is Pepsi.
Oh, I thought it was grape juice.
You should be drinking grape juice like that because that Pepsi definitely ain't healthy.
This shit tastes better. It tastes good though. It tastes
But
good.
there's some nights I used to drink grape juice all the time. I'm like, damn.
I was drinking grape juice. Then I went through my apple juice phase, and then now I'm at my pop phase again. I'm gonna go back to the apple juice.
I can't.
phase, though.
Apple juice, I love it, but man, it shoots my blood sugar up. I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So you got to
Crazy
get
shit.
all natural apple juice and stuff like that, you know. But
Yeah, but natural apple juice is like dark.
yeah, I know, really dark, and it doesn't taste as good. To be honest with you, it doesn't taste. As
I went
good.
through that phase with that Tropicana pure juices and stuff.
Yeah.
I was buying that one and
Me
the
too.
orange juice.
So I was
Orange
gonna-
mango is good.
I went through a grapefruit phase because grapefruit burns fat. And man, one time, man, I was just like a grapefruit grapefruit breakfast. Every morning I'm drinking like a bottle of grapefruit juice. But shit, the bad part for me is it run my blood sugar up. So I'm like, fuck, but it burns fat like nobody's business, buddy.
Anzo, usually when I get cold, I think about the sun. It tends to warm me up. Yeah, well, you could think about the sun all you want to in Canada.
Think
and
about the
it ain't
suns
gonna
of
warm you
Tatooine.
up.
Mhm.
Yeah, for real. Juice is better for the vitamins. Sugar is no different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know.
Get
Pepsi
your
greater than
water,
Coke.
yo, water.
No, David is the loyal man. Oh, David's a loyal man too, but so are you, Poe. You know what I mean? But yeah, I gotta start drinking more water. That's what
I'm
I gotta do
getting
more.
I'm getting kind of hooked on the no sugar drinks now, like the Sprite
Sugarless?
zero sugar, no zero sugar. Well, my doctor said dark drinks weren't good for me, so I try to stay the Mountain Dew no sugar, Sprite no sugar, ginger ale no sugar.
But isn't all that no sugar chemicals even worse than fucking
yeah.
sugar?
Yeah.
I just I don't know, man.
I just
Well,
stay away from
you were saying-
carbonated drinks, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, was the sugar when I drink like there was a time when I was drinking about 10 years ago. I was drinking, I guarantee you, 10 or 15 drinks a day. So I knew that wasn't good for me. And my doctor said, "Look, if you cut all your drinks in 1 year's time, you lose about 30 pounds."
Yes,
And
sir.
I did that, and now if I'm craving something, I know soda's not good for me at all. But if I do crave a soda now, I drink the one with no sugar
Mhm.
because it's better
Right.
for my diabetic part. I think they get like aspartame in it. You know, they say has some studies show that leads to cancer. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I've only drank now in a week. I might drink 2 sodas. When one time I was drinking fucking 202 sodas. So if I get if I get that crave, I always drink the no sugar.
I feel you.
But maybe when you see me do
Best-
this, it's nothing but water.
Yeah, that's the best thing is water,
It's the
man.
way to go, yo.
Mhm.
It's the way to go. It's
Yeah.
so crazy how that shit, how the body needs that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, for real. Master MSK sent a $2 super chat. Canada is dirty. Come to the United States.
So I'm
You
saying
wish.
something about California. That shit's on fire, yo.
I done been to California.
California's
I'm
on
telling
fire.
Mm.
California, there's a part of California, Beverly Hills, where it is clean as fuck. I mean, clean. You can it's so clean like you can eat off the damn
Are
ground.
black people allowed there?
And then, but listen, Roberto, you take about 10 steps past like the city limits of it, it is ghetto. I've never seen nothing. But it was like bright daylight in a sudden eclipse. That's how drastic. I ain't never seen no shit like it. I was like, where was just in Beverly Hills just now? Where it was, and now we in. It's crazy.
The thing is, Danny, is that in the States, man, when I was in Jersey, and I never knew this about Jersey, but I think I might have said this story once before that I was there with a friend and we're walking through the mall, and I was like, "Are we still in New Jersey?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" I go, "We're the only black people in here, man. Every single person in this mall was white." And I was like, "Are we still in the U.S.? What the fuck happened?"
You
Were
feel
they
that way,
white or-
Roberto?
Were they
It was a
white or
different
were
part
they,
of Jersey.
Were they? What's one you see on the Jersey Shore? I don't know what
No,
they call them.
like the rich, like
Yeah, the uber
when you see
rich.
their houses, they have like 20 acres in front of their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're driving through a section, it's less than half a mile. There's a sign saying no drugs from this point to a half a mile later, but anywhere else you're allowed to do drugs. That's the kind of area we were in. Like
I know. I
I
went to
had no
Florida.
idea that existed.
I went to Florida, Miami. You think you're talking to a black person or a white person, and hey, how you doing?
Cuban
They'd be
guy.
It happened to me too.
What the fuck?
We got lost. I asked directions. Same shit.
No, this is like regular restaurant. Like I went to Walmart, you know, like they had the announcement, ding, Walmart shoppers, this is such and such shit, and they was like, ding, Walmart, like, what the hell? I don't know what that is.
You
I
did
went
not
into a
sound Spanish
hotel,
right now,
Danny.
man. You sounded Hindu right now, man.
I don't know what it is.
I went into a hotel.
But
No
I mean,
one
it was
spoke
fine as
English.
hell.
Nobody
fine as
spoke
hell in there,
English.
and it was fine as hell. There's some people that women in Miami, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Man, I love Miami Beach, boy. I can tell you that, man. All shapes and sizes and colors of women. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
one, all sorts. It was taste for everybody.
Oh yeah,
That's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
And they are walking around in those thong bikinis and everything.
I'm gonna
They
tell you,
don't give
There was a huge
fuck, bro.
woman wearing a thong. I thought she was butt naked
Oh
Yeah,
my
for
god.
real.
because the thong disappeared.
For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
got
the
all
song-
sucked up in there.
All right, guys, there will be no body shaving on the O.O.C.
Oh no, no
tonight.
body shaming. That
I'm joking.
I you know what? I rise to the challenge.
I bet you do.
I'll go look for it.
I went to I've been to Venice Beach where Terrence lives in California, and man. Venice Beach, boy, that's some things out there too, boy.
David said, I'm currently not on fire, just for the record. I guess he's in California as well. Gotta remember, I know just as many Californians as Tri-State. Tri-State. Anzo, if I don't understand a human language, I just ask nicely and they translate it. Yeah, but you see, the thing here is, if you don't understand French, they ain't gonna translate for you. They're like, you should know it.
Get your ass out.
Yeah.
So all three of y'all speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah,
Anzo, stop. You know,
yeah,
you speak
more or
French.
less. More or
I was
less.
gonna say, you don't speak no French, Anzo.
More or less.
He understands it. He has no choice to understand a few words because
You have to.
they're ignorant some places that, you know, if you take the metro or the bus, you're gonna have some issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But there's so many times that you actually get into a conversation with a French person and you're speaking to them in English. They answer to you in French because they understand you.
That's
but
the way it is here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That you know, guys, that's a very good point.
Yep.
There's so much people who conversate in their languages,
Mhm.
and it's full blown. That person speaking French fluently, that person speaking English fluently, and they both understand each other. There's not very many parts in the world that takes place, man.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
absolutely.
But
That's
yet
the
the
beauty of
French
Montreal.
don't fucking want that, and I think that's beautiful.
Yep.
It's beautiful. It gives joy
That's right.
because
Absolutely.
comprehension is where it starts, right?
100%.
Yes.
I know a
It's,
lady friend of
it's
mine,
called respect.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
was Japanese,
Mhm.
and when she had her and her husband had their first child, she would only speak to him in Japanese. The
Mhm.
daddy would only speak to him in English, so he
Mhm.
learned both languages. But he only thought that men spoke English and all women spoke Japanese. Till they had to tell him, no, that's none of this.
No, it's just to
That's
teach
cute.
you both languages, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's how I felt as a father with my kids. Like I have my youngest one speaks Spanish without an accent and French without an accent. My eldest, she can speak it, but she chooses not to because she has a heavy accent when she speaks Spanish and French.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but you know what? That goes for our fault because my wife and I we speak Spanglish. We don't even
If they can speak
stick one
three
language.
different languages,
Yeah.
shoot,
Yeah,
they'll be very good in the work field, bro.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the only reason my parents didn't leave here, because they saw that we would learn French and English.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason they stuck around.
Yeah,
I have to
absolutely.
agree with Poe there. I'm sorry.
Which one? This one?
Yes, Colorado is better.
Oh, never been to the Colorado either.
Oh,
But-
they got herbs up there, Anzo. Like, you know, they got weed and breakfast instead of bed and breakfast. They got these ranches where you go up there horseback riding, smoke weed, chill, smoke weed, do everything, smoke weed. It's like
You wake up in the stable with the horse naked.
yeah. Colorado is rocking for that shit, yo. That was like one of my bucket lists to go to Colorado.
Maybe
That's
one
nice.
day.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
Maybe one day, because I know there's a lot of places in the States, man, where right now they're doing a lot of cooking with weed and stuff. You know what I mean? So they're taking the oils and they're making all types of food, and bro, it's crazy, man.
Washington has legalized everything.
Yeah, Washington's gone hardcore.
Everything. Meth, cocaine, heroin.
Really?
All that's legal. Yes. You're legal.
The fuck?
Look it up.
How can you freaking legalize meth?
Look it
like
up.
That
Washington
just kills
State,
motherfuckers.
They wrote some kind of law where you can legalize. It's enough for you. Like you can't have no large quantity of it, but enough recreational.
Mm-hmm.
You want to label it, classify it as.
Their jails must be really
Washington
full.
State.
Jesus.
I think they're taxing the fuck out of what I think they're doing.
They got bad roads or something.
I don't know.
But we're doing something definitely wrong.
Washington has always been, well, I've been told, a beautiful state. I've never been to it before, but it says. But I was reading that the other day. Mm-hmm. I thought I told Nzo on the show.
You did tell me. Yeah, you did tell me that they did that. That is crazy. Poe said $2 super chat. Thank you very much once again, Poe. Much appreciated. Colorado, first state in nation to make it legal.
Yep.
Followed by Washington State, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so
they were on my list.
Speaking of Washington, you guys
Amsterdam is too far.
Speaking of Washington, you guys happy about the name that they chose?
What did they choose?
They chose it. Hey, these guys are fans and don't even know.
Admirals.
No,
the Washington Admirals.
No, they said into next month.
I saw 222, something along those lines, because I searched all the Washington things that I'm a part of.
Where'd you get that from?
I didn't see any.
I heard it on a stream. Apparently, it got leaked, and it was they were going to call it the Admirals.
They name it Washington Admirals. I'm following another team.
I want to see the mascot. They said we're going to reveal the mascot or anything until February 3rd, 4th.
I thought February 22nd.
Who was it? Well, who was on the stream? Who was I watching?
But you know, it's funny you mentioned that because I saw something leaked too. They were kind of like showing their jersey, and I saw some fucking stars on it. So you might be right, Geisgar. You might be right. If that's the case, I'm jumping ship. I'm telling you live on the O.O.C. I'm jumping ship.
Yeah, 1 day ago, actually. It's right here. Did Washington football team just accidentally leak? Yeah, hold on.
So you know what team you're going to jump to, Roberto?
Sorry, you need a lot of work over there in Pittsburgh. Sorry, I'm sorry, Anzo. You got to run it back, and that's where it ends.
You know what? I'm going to say you jump to the Cowboys. There you go.
What?
Cowboys should be your new team.
Hell no.
You crazy. I can't believe you said that to me.
Fucking ad blocker.
Oh, okay.
It's right here. It's right above here. The Washington football team just accidentally leaked its new team, and it's the Admirals.
I hope they ain't that stupid. Maybe that's something to throw people off.
Stupid ass name. What does Admirals have to do with anything?
No, I was thinking it'd be something like the Washington Seminoles or some shit like that.
I'll take Seminoles over Nationals.
Keep the Indian name things going.
Poe sent a $5 super chat. He said,
oh, Lord.
N-word, I sent a white man in a suit with a briefcase ride. You seen a white man in a suit with a briefcase ride a skateboard when he got off work. White boy was like 50 and took all above Subway home. took an above subway home. Yeah, you know what? Hey man, one time I was standing outside of work, bro, and I seen this guy come in there with like that little powered wheel, like it's just a wheel, motorized wheel. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember what you call it. He
My
was riding
son-in-law,
that.
my
That shit was
son-in-law got
cool
that.
as fuck, bro. I was like, shit, I
My
wanted
son,
that.
my son-in-law got one of them, and he ride the shit out of it too.
Yeah, that shit was cool as fuck, bro. But since we talked about the NFL, I had a question concerning the NFL. So my question is, does the NFL treat black players different than white players? And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they do.
Okay. So good. You answered the question already. I'm going to tell you why. Because Antonio Brown did his bullshit on the field, right? Ran off
I
the
saw
field, got dressed, ran off the field. Fine. But now every time they talk about him, they keep talking about the fact that he faked having the virus passport. Like, oh, remember, this is the same guy that faked the virus passport. Oh, Antonio Brown, he's the guy. Everyone, the Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, they all mention it, right? But he's not the only one that did that in the NFL. There is another person who Danny likes to call the bad man who has done the same thing. He lied about having the virus, the vaccination, but no one says shit. So is it
Well,
double standard?
I can tell you two things in my opinion. One of it is a double standard, because Aaron Rodgers is one of the faces of the NFL, and I don't think Antonio Brown is. He had a potential to be, but he kind of shit in the bed in Pittsburgh, and now people are and because of his antics, people are not really giving him the benefit of the doubt on some stuff, and he making it hard for himself.
And he's
I'm
not
not,
the first one either, huh?
yeah, I'm not saying that his mistake was any worse or any better than Aaron Rodgers, but at least Aaron Rodgers, he knew how to act. Yeah, I did this. He didn't go and do no crazy stuff. He shows up, he produces. So you can kind of overlook stuff if somebody is they look, yeah, I did it, and don't rock the boat. Don't say no stupid comments. Comes to work, and when you're winning, things you can overlook stuff when you're winning.
Mm-hmm.
When you're losing, and that's when your damn feelings get hurt. So what Aaron Rodgers did was wrong, in my opinion. I can't excuse him for it. He did it wrong, but if fans or if the NFL excuses him, we can't be mad at him if they choose to do that. But Antonio Brown, and me and Nzo talked about this last night. I tried to defend him. He did that shit
Why?
at Pittsburgh, and I was thinking Mike Tomlin had something to do with it. I'm kind of like a Mike Tomlin hater.
Hater.
I'll say it. But I can't defend this because he doing stupid. Man, if you can't play and win with Tom Brady, that's on you, man. That
I agree.
he the
But
GOAT.
so my
So if
question to you guys is this. Sorry, Danny, for cutting you off. Just real
you
quick
good.
before we
You good.
continue. You think if Aaron Rodgers was doing the same thing, do you think they would always bring up the fact that he lied about being vaccinated? Or would they just talk about what he did on the field? You see, that's the issue that I have, and the question that I have. Like, would it be the same thing? Would they talk about, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers, oh, yeah, remember, don't forget, he did the vaccine? Or would they talk about the fact that he just ran off the field, did what he did? Peace, Terrence.
I think that's always going to be when they talk about the greatness of Aaron Rodgers. Some commentator somewhere, some sports analysis is going to say, well, you remember he did fake such and such, or he did lie about such and such. I think we'll hear that.
Okay.
But will it be enough to damage his body of work? I don't think so, especially if he wins a second MVP, which would be his third win of since he's been playing the NFL, and if he goes Super Bowl and wins, I think that would cement his legacy. And I think this will be forgiven.
Antonio Brown has too much luggage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a rap case, right? A whole bunch of stuff.
He has too
to him.
much shit. There's so much shit. They were talking about
I
him
watched the
throwing
video.
furniture out a window.
Yeah, I remember when he did that. I watched the video, and they had 51 times Antonio Brown act the fool. 51.
So you can't defend that. And I'm gonna tell you, how can I?
I'm gonna tell you, suspense.
When we see people that look like us get opportunity to do stuff, well, three of us, no disrespect, I guess,
None taken.
we cheer for them, man, because we like, damn, we want them to make it do, but then when they act a donkey, We hate to say they acting a donkey, man, because we be like, fuck. White man can do the same shit and he act like he got some sense, but you go here and you do this. Okay, the white guy might do it 3 times. But shit, motherfucker, you gonna do it 51 times? We can't defend that.
So I got a question for you, Danny. After what you just said, right?
Okay.
Why the fucking Mike Tomlin hate? He's doing it, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you why. And this is why I always say you can go back to any video. I was a running back, LaDainian Thomas, not LaDainian Thomas, but Le'Veon Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer, and I don't think you and I don't set horses on this. If I'm trying to get my money, the running back is the most aggressive, most short-lived position in the NFL. You only get like a 10-year window. We all know that. You know your guy has been rated the number 1 running back in the NFL. I think as a coach, he's trying to renegotiate to get his maximum contract. Whether you agree with him or not, man, you got to support him because that's what I think he was trying to do. But I've heard the coach say negative things about him during that period and his other players. Look, it ain't that I don't like y'all, but I'm trying to get my money because guess what? Are y'all going to pay for me life after football? No. So it's up to me to get the maximum money I can get for my family. If you can't understand that, then fuck you. And I just think that Mike Tomlin didn't do all he could to help the guy. That's what I think. So I could be totally wrong.
No, and I get that. I
don't think they handled him well either.
Hold on. I get that. I completely understand that. But what if you, as the owner, don't think he's worth that he's asking for? And you giving him a paycheck where you think it's worth, and it's only like, I think it was only like $4 to $5 million less than what he was asking for.
But during that time, he was
the man at that time, wasn't he?
So Max, during that time, he was a max, and that was some of the going rates for the running backs. Kind of like how Ezekiel drove it up, and then now Ezekiel ain't doing what he ain't being paid for the productivity he did prior to that. But before that contract dispute, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was like the number 1 running back in the NFL. So I think he should get paid accordingly. And if this man is producing and give you the mile and taking all them carries, the Rooneys could have paid him $4 or $5 more million. They could have done it. Or they could have put incentives in there. Just like we talked about the incentives last night.
So hold on before I go. Guys, you got to bounce, no problem.
Yeah, man. I have to say is Roberto and Nzo, man, good seeing you guys again.
Absolutely.
Same here, man. Brother.
Absolutely,
it's been a minute.
Started the new year off right.
Facts.
That's right. And keep on doing it, man. Show's always been popping, man. Keep it going.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Respect,
Danny, take care, brother.
Later, bro.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Peace.
Good night, chat.
Peace. So I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, right, you have an organization and you have to pay your players to or the way that you feel that they're worth, right? So if you have a contract dispute and you're going to have a player who thinks he's worth more than what you plan to give him, right, you're going to have an issue, right? And then you don't give him, he leaves and goes to 3 different other places and flops everywhere he goes. Aren't you glad you didn't give him that money?
That proves your point, but we always say that he those other things don't have that Pittsburgh system. Because
I was going to say that because he excelled in Pittsburgh.
Just like
there was
there
was a running back who was there for Dallas. He was tearing it up, and he thought he was bigger than the team. And when he left, his career plummeted.
What was his name?
Who said it? Swagoo said it. Some of these guys that are super talented never get to show their talent because they never really made it to the right team. They never made it to the coach who could make them excel. And I feel like I don't hate Tom. I love Tomlin. I respect him to the most. I just don't like the way they handled that whole thing with him. Because like Danny said, at the time, he was the top running back. This guy was fucking lethal. Maybe he didn't deserve that money, Nzo. But the way it was handled, I think it could have been handled better.
But again, with another thing, right? So maybe he didn't excel in other places because not because of the system, but because people figured out his running style, right? Because he had a unique running style where he would stop and then go, stop and then go. After watching him for a year, you're going to figure out how he runs and you're going to get it.
But the great ones, man, they always excel.
And he didn't. That's my point.
I'm saying in certain sense, if you go back and look at most great football players, they only stayed on like one, maybe two teams.
Yeah,
running backs.
Go back. Running backs. Go look at the greatest running back.
Yes, maybe the greatest, but Emmitt Smith, when he left the Cowboys, even though he was in his final,
he wasn't as good as he was.
It wasn't because he was old.
Yeah,
but
where did he go?
Arizona.
Then Marcus
Allen. I don't even remember that.
Marcus Allen went to the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, or the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but look at all the top running backs.
The O-line plays a huge role.
Let's see, what's his name? Tony Dorsett stayed with Dallas. Emmitt Smith stayed with Dallas, so they use them all up.
Right.
Walter Payton stayed with the Bears. Sanders stayed with the Lions. Eric Dickerson stayed with the Rams.
Right, but you're talking about a football that's totally different football, though. Let's talk about the football now, the ones we've been watching in the last 10, 15 years, right? The Arizona running back, Fournette. Fournette came from another team, and he's doing great.
Yeah, he came from Jacksonville.
And went to Tampa Bay. He's doing great.
Because Tampa Bay has like top 5 O-line in the league. I think the O-line plays a huge role. Because even when what's his name was killing it in Pittsburgh, you guys had top 5 O-line. Now your O-line sucks shit. So you could see that guy you have now is a true stud. He's a true stud.
And hold on, we had Connor too, right?
But Connor didn't excel in Pittsburgh like he is in Arizona.
But that's my point, though.
But they say it's the system that he's excelling in Arizona.
No, Connor.
That's what they were saying. This guy's being used unlike they weren't using him the same way in Pittsburgh. They weren't throwing him those outs. You see the catches Connor's making in Arizona?
They were throwing him, just not as much, right? Because again, Connor, it was like maybe his second or third year with Pittsburgh, right? So he was just coming into his own. He went to the Cardinals, and
I think Pittsburgh used their running backs in a different scheme.
Yeah,
they kind of do that smash mouth, hard, show it up your throat kind of style. Those people use those options and read and short screens. I mean, I ain't gonna say I sit here and hate Tomlin, but I will say he ain't my favorite quarterback. Favorite coach. And I think he did, and I could be wrong. I think he did him wrong. And
that's fine.
If there's a documentary that says I was wrong, then I'll come in here and say I was wrong.
And that's fine. But go back to the question: is you still say you like to cheer for a black man that's doing it, and he's on a team where he's never missed the playoffs before.
I'll drink that, but I ain't gonna like it. I cheer for him, but I ain't gonna like it because he did another brother wrong, in my opinion.
Okay, I feel you. If that's your case, you think he did him wrong, I'm fine. But we can't blame him for Antonio Brown because he had 9 years of Antonio
Brown's doing himself wrong. That guy's fucked in the head.
It's ridiculous, bro.
This guy, I can't believe that once upon a time, this guy was my first draft pick. I chose him over running backs, quarterbacks, receivers.
He was fine.
He was number 1 in the fucking league.
I don't know who's going to be number 1 next year in fantasy because they don't run McCaffrey to death. Saquon Barkley can't stay healthy. So
receiver-wise, I think it's Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Cup.
Yeah.
I got Cup in 2 of mine now. That's a workhorse.
And not to say that I ain't sharing no love, Danny, because, the text that you send me costs me a lot of money.
What text?
These international texts that you keep sending. You or Chris. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I'm not sending no pictures to anybody in the U.S. They say, well, you're doing something in the U.S. And I'm like, who am I talking to in the Danny?
I didn't know
You're
that.
the only guy in the U.S. that I talk. I said, Nzo, please tell Danny to get WhatsApp so he doesn't think I don't like him anymore.
I forgot.
Because I ain't responding to you, bro. It costs too much.
I got international on my phone, so it's like $5 extra.
I
and
don't
you get
need
it,
international.
and you get all international.
Oh, I didn't know that. I sure did.
I didn't know either till I got my bill. I wasn't fucking happy. I told Rogers, "Fuck you! I ain't paying that shit. I don't know nobody in the U.S.
Damn.
I hope they don't look at my
Uh, Jason Lee said Tampa Bay hasn't officially released AB. Yeah, they haven't released him yet, but they're probably going to suspend him, and then at the end of the year, he's going to go somewhere else. But my whole point of it is just like, would they have said the same thing if it was Aaron Rodgers in those shoes? Because he did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Quarterbacks get a pass when receivers and other positions don't. I mean, that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
I would think it would depend on, even if he's a quarterback, it would be what kind of history does he have? Because if you really look at it, Ocho Cinco kind of went through the same thing. Terrell Owens kind of went through the same thing. When you start doing stupidities and
The
you're
wide receivers
talented,
are deep.
yeah, you start doing stupidities and you're talented, they pick on you even more.
So do we have any quarterbacks that we could say acted the donkey and got away?
I think Donovan McNabb, maybe, if I could think of any.
What did he do?
Nothing, really. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He's the only guy I can really think of.
Didn't what's his face was acting a little donkey at first, and they got rid of him. Did he used to play for Cleveland? Then he went to.
But does he have to be like a top quarterback or just any quarterback?
What's that guy with the top prospect? He's a quarterback. He only stayed in the league like a year. End up in the CFL or whatever.
Ryan Leaf?
No, he had a drinking problem and stuff. Him and
I know there was that big guy who played for Vegas. He was built like a lineman. He was a quarterback.
This was a white guy that was big time, and he only stayed in the league like 1 or 2 years. And they kicked him out because he had drinking problems and stuff.
Really? Did he? Okay, so they kicked him out because of his drinking.
And he was a friend of Odell Beckham. Him and Odell Beckham used to be boys.
Odell Beckham. Shit, I don't remember.
Oh, what's that quarterback?
Is this gangster really on here playing with a cat?
Yeah. This cat is wild. This cat is wild, bro. Oh my god, this kitten is wild. You see?
Look at Nzo trying to soften the ladies, huh?
No,
look at this guy. Where's my cat? Prince?
Yeah, but mine's 8 weeks though. You know, that's the only reason why she gets away with it. Because if she's older, I ain't letting that shit happen. But okay, calm down now. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that the NFL. Look, Kaepernick's still not in the league, and AB's acted a donkey. AB's gonna get another chance. They keep saying that what he did, nobody in the NFL has done anything like that before.
No, they haven't.
Right.
I can't recall.
He's going to get another chance.
Because he's talented. He's talented. And Kaepernick went against the wrong people.
Yeah. He went against the big boys.
He went against the big boys, yeah. Did you see how much money Antonio Brown left off the table by doing that, Roberto?
Almost $1 million.
$1 million, no?
Yeah, $1 million.
But that's nothing to him.
Hey man, he's been out of the league for a year. Remember that?
$1 million?
I don't know what this guy's salary is because his salary was never ever mentioned because he does too much stupid shit for that to even come up. But this guy was the number 1 receiver in the NFL. I'd like to think he was getting paid
Steelers
pretty
gave
nice.
Him the max. Steelers gave
him he was getting paid very nice in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. Steelers gave him the max, but you got to understand his lifestyle, especially.
I don't know about his lifestyle.
No, I'm just saying. Look at him; he's flamboyant and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So his lifestyle's pretty much probably like up there, right?
Crazy.
That year he was off.
Mental.
And that year he was off. You can't tell me his money wasn't going down big time. Yeah, and that's when he started begging to come back.
You don't look like one of those people that save his money. I could be wrong. I could be judging the book by the cover.
Facts.
But he don't look like. But I didn't think Marshawn Lynch was like that. But shit, they say that sucker saved all his money, and he is tight. So I mean, a a book can.
I think he just loves the game too much. He's too fucking talented. You know, if this guy had his head on right, he'd have as many rings as Brady.
But do you think that doing what he did shows love for the game, though?
No, it shows that you need medication when you're playing the game. That's what it showed me. That was crazy. The memes that they have for this guy now, oh my god.
Yeah, I got one man. He running down the highway.
Yeah.
Like, Jason, like, is he coming? Is he running to South Carolina? I said, shit, he can run to Washington, and we'll damn sure take him.
You didn't see the one him standing outside of the arena waiting for a lift?
No.
He said he couldn't plan a lift when he did all that shit on the field. He came outside, he had no ride home. What the fuck is that?
I seen one where he's on the wing of a plane and it says on his way back to Tampa. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But hey, man, at the end of the day, you know, some of these guys, money gets to their head, and that's what I think. There's a football analyst they used to play for the Steelers. He's on one of those shows, and he said, "Man, you know, giving Antonio Brown that money is going to change him," and it did, right? So,
well, look, man, you know, there's only a few guys like that. It's not like you're seeing 40, 50 guys like that in the NFL. You know, you're going to have nutcases everywhere. And in every league, if you have X amount of people playing, just percentages, you're going to have a few people that need medication. You just hope it's not the people getting all the attention, right?
Right. And I tell you, bro, like, yeah, man, they say, hey, Nzo, we want you to come and play in the NFL, but you got to quit smoking weed. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done, bro. You know what I mean? You telling me you're giving me a certain amount of money, millions of dollars to play some football? Yeah, give me that money. I'll quit smoking, and then when I'm done playing, I'll go back to smoking. But while I'm playing,
but the one thing I could say, Nzo, is this man hasn't hurt anybody. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, we could all say he has no sense. I would never do that if I were him. But that's more or less where it's got to end. When people start saying like he's got what's he got to go to jail for? But what does he belong in jail for?
Well, because he's done some things, ex-girlfriend type of stuff, threatening.
If he was guilty, he'd have been in jail, right? Because they can't wait to lynch us, man. You kidding me? Especially if you're fucking popular or have a lot of money, you don't think they would want to show this guy up? Because he's not popular already. It wouldn't be hard for people to turn on him because he's proving he's unstable.
Right. But he still brings in the money. So would you really want
for the team?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
We're talking like us, the common people.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, would the NFL really?
Oh yeah, I would pick him up on my team.
Right? Would the NFL really want to cut ties with that if they know that they got a moneymaker right there? So
but
maybe
you know what, Nzo? It says a lot about the NFL, right?
Of course,
it says a lot.
Of course, hands down, of course. But it's the good old boys league, so
that's it.
That's what they're gonna do, right? They don't give a fuck about us unless we catching that ball.
We make that money. We make that money until you can't make it for us no more. You ruined yourself.
Yes, 100%.
Dispose.
Yes, 100%. I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean?
You have those educated guys. The guys who are righteous and did nothing wrong and are getting mistreated, those guys retire early.
Absolutely.
Because you can't scar them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Megatron and my favorite running back of all time,
Barry Sanders.
You can't destroy them because they're good fucking people. They've done nothing wrong. They just played for the wrong organization. Isn't that funny? Both of them played for Detroit and retired early.
Yeah, of course, because it's Detroit. You know what I mean? But it's just like you said, though, bro. Just like you said, bro. They will absolutely use us until they can't get no more from us, and then you're gonna see when AB is absolutely completely done, how bad they're gonna trash his name. You know what I mean? Look what they did to T.O. T.O. wasn't, and
T.O.'s a light version of.
Yeah, because he actually never had no sexual assaults or anything like that. You know what I mean? But look how long it took for him to get into the Hall of Fame, bro. You know,
because they don't like him. He's outspoken.
mm-hmm.
He likes attention. He does things they don't want him to do. He's uncontrollable. That's why, Anzo. If I can't control you and I can't exploit you, then I'll ruin you. I'll make it
Yeah,
very hard for you. Because you remember Tio went through some fucking shit, huh?
yeah. But he also caused a lot of the
Yeah,
shit he went through too.
but he's not on the same level as AB.
No, of course not.
You
Of
know,
course
like
not.
he didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, of course not.
He has no lawsuits against him.
Yeah.
He's just a little bit off the hook. Well,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, you got this God gift talent. You can't get all the brains too. You know, you're gonna lack something.
For real.
And if you don't have the right guidance or the right people around you, and just people who are exploiting you, then this is what happens. But I think Antonio Brown, he's his own worst enemy. You know, Kaepernick stood up for people that weren't necessarily standing up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
He fell victim, you know, things like that. But what did you say when you saw Antonio Brown? What did you say? What was the first thing that came out of your thoughts?
It was just a matter of time.
I said, this fucking guy's nuts. That was the first thing I said. He's nuts. I would love to know the discussion between him and Evans before he threw his fucking shoulder pads. I'd love to know what they said to each other.
Well, it looks like Evans was trying to
talk sense to him.
Yeah, talk sense.
Where was Brady? Brady said, I ain't touching that shit.
Brady said, fuck that shit.
I ain't touching that shit.
They were almost losing to the Jets. You think Brady gave a shit about what was going on over there? He's like, nah, we're not losing to the Jets. But Jericho said, regular people make sacrifices every day for their jobs. He didn't hurt people. He sexually harassed multiple women.
AB?
Nah, bro. He gave them money to shut them up. Yeah. There was some claims that he had done that. What's
so
up?
You say that what's his name can't give enough money to get back in the NFL? What's
Probably
that boy there from Houston?
Oh,
Deshaun Watson.
Don't
hear people about that, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe there's things going on with his case where he might actually have evidence of him doing what he did. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's possible that some of these women took money. If that was the case with AB, I would have to go and research more about the situation to figure it out. But
I'd like to answer David's question if you don't mind.
Yeah, just let me get to this one real quick. Where Film Elita said, "Sup, guys? AB is a joke. Guy needs help badly, but at the same time, no excuses because his list of misdeeds is so long." Yeah, that's correct. Sure. Yeah, that is correct. Way too many. Go ahead. You can answer that one.
The difference between Stafford, Barry Sanders, and Megatron is Stafford is white. Sorry to say, David. Stafford got the royal treatment. We got deprived of the best running back of all time. I would have loved to see Barry retire. I would have loved to see Barry do more. Hey, that's my opinion, Danny.
Oh, yeah,
everyone has their own. That's mine. I loved Barry Sanders.
I hear you.
This guy did shit that
he definitely in the top 5. I don't know. I don't know if he's my best. But I agree with you. He definitely top 5.
He just freaked me the fuck out. I mean, the other running backs that were really good, I hated them because they were on teams that were in my division against my team.
Man,
like Joe Morris and Emmitt Smith. Hate those motherfuckers.
So Filmon said he's been horrible to people every step of his career. Hard to feel sorry for him at this point. T.O. was just a diva. He never acted like this. Yeah, T.O. had his moments, right? But T.O. never. Yeah, he was, but he never went as far as Antonio Brown.
But what should be? See, what I like, what Shannon, how he defended T.O. The Hall of Fame is what you do on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
There ain't nothing in the bylaws or anything about your extracurricular activity or what you do in the locker room. It don't measure all that shit. And T.O. was kept out of the Hall of Fame because of what people thought he did to the team, which they call him team obliterator. But
because it's all about him.
Yeah. But on the field, if I ain't mistaken, one of them Super Bowls or playoff game, he played with a broke foot. I mean, who does that?
Yeah, he did. It was the Philadelphia one. He played with a broke foot, and that's when him and McNabb had the issue. Filmalita said Deshaun Watson has like 30 accusers. That's why I think. Yeah, he has a lot, and if they just say one of them, like it's true, he's in big trouble. And Jason Lee, you were right. Brady was on the field trying to get a first down when it happened. That is correct. Yeah, that was wrong, Danny.
What
was
wrong?
Something that you just said was wrong, meaning like he is agreeing with what you're saying. Yeah. So, Jackwell says it's cool to want your race to be the one you want to be on, the one on top.
No, I just want equality, man. I just want everyone to be treated equally. I don't want to have to separate or define the difference between the way one person's treated and the other. We want everybody to be treated the same.
Right. And if there is one on top, hey man, I'll cheer for him, but I'm not like sitting here saying, no, every black man has to be on top and be the best. No, I'm not saying that, but if we got one that's doing great, hey, I'm going to cheer for him unless he plays for like the fucking Lakers.
Do you think that, well, that's tough right there. Do you think that, do y'all believe in like, if you pay your dues, you get special privileges in football, in sports? Like in the NBA, in the NBA, it's notorious that if you're a certain player, you're gonna get the call.
Yeah.
You think that's fair?
No,
I don't.
Because then there's different rules
for different people, right?
Yeah, there should just be one rule that applies to everybody.
Because we all know Kobe had that rule, right? Michael Jordan had that rule. They gave them the benefit of the doubt with their fouls and stuff like that. And I literally watched Kobe elbow Bibby in the face in a playoff game, and they called the foul on Bibby. You know what I mean? So it takes away. It takes
Fucking
away
sucks.
from it. Yeah, I think everybody should be treated fairly, whether you're the best player in the league or not, man.
For me to watch a guy who's 7'1", has a wingspan almost of an 8-foot guy, to be allowed to take 4 and 5 steps to dunk and do a layup. I'm 6'1" and I can't. That pisses me off.
Yeah, I see Roberto posted this.
You saw the post, eh?
Yeah.
I focused on his feet. You saw that, Nzo.
Yeah.
He does that.
There's a lot
once
of
or twice a game.
Who? LeBron?
It was Giannis.
He travels once or twice a game.
A lot of them,
Danny. No, he travels, but this guy's 7 foot.
I know. I agree with you.
How do you pick up the ball at half court and dunk? I don't care.
Man,
you have to be 9 foot tall to do that.
And watch LeBron. LeBron walks all the time.
Yeah, you're right. But it's more evident on a taller guy.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, carrying, they don't even call that no more because some of these moves these guys do.
Oh my God.
You can't do it unless you ain't carrying. All this shit that Kyrie and Steph and them guys be doing, man. If you go back and play, man, they
call it 90 yard.
All that, man, you can't do that shit.
Facts. 100%. Back when Tampa Bay was in Detroit conference, boy, I hated when Barry Sanders came to town. He would kill it. He had some of the biggest games in Tampa, one of the best.
One of the best. Hey, you look on your roster and you see Detroit, Barry Sanders. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
It come 300 or 400 yards this game.
Yeah, he was a beast.
You know, he was a beast too, man. Bo Jackson, yo.
Yeah. Bo Jackson was a beast.
Bo Jackson, another one we got deprived of.
My friend, that's a Raider fan. Oh my God, go in his office. He got Bo Jackson damn cards all on his wall. He's the best, Daddy. No, he wasn't. Shut up.
I don't even want to hear about the Packers because me and Danny already had a big issue on the bad man today, supposedly. And if you're checking earlier, I had a topic that actually concerned the fucking bad man. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you this. Now, since you called me out on Mike Tomlin, I'm going to call you out. So next year, Big Ben is retired. And they said we got
he's going to take him out. He's going to take him down.
Pittsburgh. So you ain't going to cheer for him?
I have to see what he does in the first season.
You believe that?
Hey, bro, I guarantee you, I have to see what he does in the first
Okay,
season.
so let's say here's the hypothetical. He wins the Super Bowl this year. He's the back-to-back MVP. He's tired of Green Bay. I want to go to Pittsburgh. What you gonna do? What you gonna say?
I welcome it. Come to Pittsburgh, but he's
Hey,
still
you
got to
start.
prove it because I will tell you this: when Robert Ory, right, came from the Lakers to the fucking Spurs for that first year, I was like, this guy is trying to sabotage us, man. He is missing all these shots on purpose so that the Lakers can win another championship.
Really?
So, yes, really. So I would have to see that he is committed to the black and yellow. I'd have to see that he's committed, and then I'll cheer for him. But if he's not committed, nah, fuck
Lord,
that.
God, please let this happen. Please let this happen.
No, please don't let it happen.
Yes, let it happen.
Please.
No,
I know he's never going to end up.
Why
with
you want it to
fucking
happen
Washington
if he ain't a bad
Admirals.
man?
Why do I want it to happen? So that you will have to cheer for Pittsburgh and you'll have to like Tomlin.
So,
That's why.
I would cheer for him and him alone.
No, you'll be cheering for Pittsburgh, bro. You want them to win because you want the bad man to win.
Why you want the bad man to win? He's not on Washington. What kind of football fan are you, Danny?
No. I'm a fan of him, and he's not. And so he's saying that if he was to go to Pittsburgh, I would have to cheer for Pittsburgh. No, I wouldn't. I'd cheer for him.
I respect that man very much because I used to think he was overrated till I really watched him, and I had to swallow my words, man.
The cat's a beast, boy. Now, if he come to Washington, we going to the playoffs.
Still
I'm telling you
overrated.
right now. If he come to Washington, we going to the playoffs. First
until he comes to Pittsburgh and wins us a championship, he's still overrated. Fuck that guy. I'm telling you straight up, fuck that guy. But yeah, hey man, like I said, he'll prove himself. He proves himself, so wins the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh. He'll be the bad man for me. But until then, for that first season, I'm gonna be iffy on him. Every time he throws a interception, I'm gonna be like, "Did you do that on purpose?" You know what I mean?
Right now, you take out Patrick Mahomes, take out Tom Brady. You get the first pick out of quarterbacks. Who you gonna pick now?
What's the quarterback you had, Roberto? Joe Burrow? That's what I'm taking.
Crazy.
That's what I'm taking.
Okay, you gotta remember now, fantasy and real sometimes don't equate.
Dude,
I know Joe Burrow's got. I know he got 88 points.
But he had over 400 yards.
Did you not see what he did the week
touchdowns.
before?
And then the week before that, he had
112 points or 108 points.
I hear that, and y'all gonna make me defend this sucker. But Dak Prescott, before he got hurt, was doing that shit on a regular.
No, not this year.
No, not this year.
I said before he got hurt.
Oh, before he got hurt. Yeah, he was.
He do that shit.
When did he get 108 points this year?
Not this year, but he's talking about before.
Oh, which hurt? Because he got hurt this year too.
Right. We're talking about before. No, we're talking about before the first injury.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you had him, Roberto, that year, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't a sophomore or second year in the league. This second year in the league, this guy.
Yeah.
And he was a free agent, Danny. Right. He was sitting in the free agency all year, and I was running with that clown in Vegas and fucking Jalen Hurts. I was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Let me look over here. I said,
I'm telling you, I didn't even
pick up this cat.
I ain't even he ain't even hit on my radar until Nzo said, look at this motherfucker right here. He got 8 damn points. Now I look over, I was like, shit.
Danny, I picked him up and I let him go. Because I picked him up one game, I saw him have a good game. And then the next game, he shot the fucking bed. So I let him go. And I said, you know what? This fucking guy in Vegas, he's a deadbeat, man. He's a deadbeat.
What's his name?
Carr. He's good for 5 games and then he's garbage, disposable. I said, let me try Burrow, man, because him and that receiver, they seem to have something going there. What was the best fucking decision I made?
I was watching the game
I made.
I was watching the game because that was the one I was most concerned of. And I seen he started off, he had like -2 points. I was like, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? Patrick Mahomes was getting me points. He had like maybe 30 or no, he had like maybe 15 points at the time because he scored a touchdown. You know, no, he got to 20 points, 23 points, right? And then the pass. And this dude went fucking like 70 yards for the
Who
touchdown.
Chase, huh? That's what I
Chase.
said.
And
Hold
that
on.
shit shot up to fucking 24, went past me. Then every pass he did to Chase was over 40 yards.
Yeah, they were all fucking long ones. That's what I said. You know, I'm looking at halftime and I see they're very similar, you know. Mahomes 260, 2 touchdowns, Burrow 240, 2 touchdowns. But I said, Burrow has a couple of those fucking long ones. I don't know if Mahomes has a couple of those. I think they ran in like they were really close to the end zone, so they couldn't be. And then I see, fuck you. I say, yep, things must be good
That's
over
some
there.
bullshit. That's some
Hey,
bullshit, bro.
you know, Danny,
Take
you
care,
know Anzo
bro.
has something good to say all the time, he ain't, right?
I heard,
That's some bullshit. I
I
told
said,
Donnie.
I said, Anzo, why fuck you? He goes, you ain't watching the game? I said, no.
I
I
told
ain't
Donnie,
watching the game.
I said, Donnie, you better fucking beat Roberto because Roberto's already talking about he want to be fucking GM of the year and shit. So I'm like, no, do not let this guy win the championship.
No, I don't even care if I win the championship. I was written off. I was in the basement, yo. I was in the basement for how many weeks, Anzo?
A lot.
Yeah. I was
All
like,
right.
this is my. I said it to Danny, and Danny agreed with me. This is the worst football year ever. My
Mhm.
fucking fantasy was sucking. My picks were sucking. Everything. I couldn't get nothing right. I'm like, whatever. When you said this year ain't for money, I was like, thank God.
you ain't lying.
Thank God.
I was like,
And look, the two of you in the fucking finals.
You know what I mean?
Redskin fans, buddy. Redskin fans.
Oh, shit.
And if Quentin would have won that week, your ass would have fucking lost and would not have been in the finals. It would have been me against fucking Quentin.
You talking about me?
No, Roberto.
1 point.
Yeah.
1 point.
Fucking garbage, man.
That's what I said a prayer to the football gods.
You
They
sure
finally
did, boy,
listened.
because I was like, damn. I'm like, ain't they boys? I'm saying to myself. That shit was
Danny,
like,
did you see he had he had a receiver and a running back to beat me.
I
He
saw it.
didn't
I
do
saw
it.
it.
He didn't do it.
when we
That's
were talking-
impossible.
When we were talking, I was like, well, Roberto gonna lose anyhow because all he
Mhm.
needed is like 3 points. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. Shit, I woke up the next day. Roberto won. How the hell
I won
happened?
by I said Anzo did something. It's impossible. I won by 1 point. He had 2 players playing on
Fucking,
Monday.
it was fucking crazy.
Because the percentage had like 92%.
Yeah.
'Cause
him.
he cursed
50%
himself.
You.
He cursed himself with unethical fucking moves that he was trying to do. That's what happened. Karma, baby. Karma. I told Lonzo, karma's a bitch that's paying Quentin a visit.
I damn sure paid him, boy. 'Cause he- Fuck.
That was like the highlight of my fucking football season. I couldn't believe it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But it was a great show, guys. With that being said, we are going to close it down. We are close to the 2-hour mark. Well,
Still
I
got 10
think we go
minutes.
for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we can go for another 10 minutes. Could do that.
So what's with these fucking bots visiting us, man? Are we getting popular now?
I don't
Hey,
know.
man, I would
Let's
hope
do
so.
that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're popping up everywhere, man. And almost every stream that I go to, those bots are popping up. I think a way to avoid it is to set your streams to subscriber only. That
Okay.
way, if you do that, then they would have to subscribe to be able to post in it. So I'm going to try that for the next O.O.C. Most of the people that watch are subscribers anyways. And if they're not, they can still watch, but they can't post. So
What's the point of that bullshit they put there?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Yeah, Maz, you're right. It did turn into square one, and it was a football topic, but it wasn't really a football topic. But it ended up getting into football, and I kind of had a feeling that it would go that way, especially with
Maz
these
has to
guys
understand. What is the show called?
off our chest.
So if there's a football situation we have to get off our chest, we will get it off our chest. Sorry, unfortunately, not everybody on the comments is into sports, but they can learn some shit.
And to be honest with you, I knew these two clowns over here would defend Aaron Rodgers. So that's why I put that topic up there. You know, I mean, I knew they would defend him, and of course they did. So
Defend him?
yeah.
How am I defending him? I
Well, you
just
guys,
said I just said he didn't pull the same stunts as AB. That's why. But if they were both in the same realm of stupidity, like Aaron Rodgers was getting there, doing that
Mhm.
show with that guy and his wife beater.
Right? But do you
What's the
think?
name of that show he was doing?
I don't
Like
know.
it was like a talk radio show, and they would show like the three of them, like we're doing right now. And one of the hosts, he's wearing a tank top all the time, and
Oh,
that's where he made the comments. He made some like really stupid ass comments, and again, he's in the NFL, so chances are nothing's going to come of it because he's a stud and he's in the NFL.
mm.
Just like Antonio Brown, if if the Bucks release him today, I bet you a team picks him up before the fucking playoffs start.
If they can, absolutely.
You know what I mean? They'll win
Mhm.
a championship or try to with him, and then you
Mhm.
got to go, son.
And Mike said, "Yeah, I used the football talk to catch some Z's." I feel you, Mike. It's all good, brother. You know what I mean? You had to do what you had to do. What's up, Andrea, man? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Thanks for popping
Happy
in once
New Year,
again.
bro.
Happy New Year to you as well, for sure. And I just think that if he did the same thing, that they wouldn't be talking about it. They would talk about more what he did, and that I don't think they would bring up the fact that he faked the passport. And I just think it's kind of different when it's us. You know, they try to bring everything they can to make him look like the bad guy and shit. And we still haven't actually heard his side of the story, so we don't know why he didn't want to go into the game. Maybe he was hurt, you know, and the coach was forcing him to go back in. We don't know.
Yeah, but to quit, I mean, you could have waited till the game was done and do your shit. To
I
do what
agree.
he,
I
I
agree.
mean, we don't like you. You're right. We don't know, and we can't in this time and day pass judgment until he comes out and speaks. But until he speaks, we can make all the assessments we want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Since Mads ain't too much into football, but she likes sports, I'm going to bring up another individual who I was kind of shocked is still getting kind of fucking hated on, even though he ain't doing shit anymore. And that's my boy PK Subban. Do you know every arena this guy plays in, he gets booed?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Because he's black.
Uh, I don't know if he's black, but it just turns out that he is because he's very arrogant. You know, he's very,
But
very arrogant, but he does not deserve to be booed in every fucking arena, especially playing for the New Jersey Devils. I can understand when he was playing for the Habs that Toronto would boo him and all the teams in our division would boo him.
mhm.
But this guy gets booed all over the league. And I'd like
well,
to know why.
well, yeah. I would say maybe it's because of the competition or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe because but he doesn't get
Anso,
booed in his own
imagine,
stadium though.
imagine every time you touch the puck. Boo! Boo! Every fucking stadium you go to.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fucked up shit. I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh,
there's people, and it's not because he's black, because there's some white guys that would get that too in hockey, but they would deserve it because they were dirty fucking hockey players. Now, PK Subban does some stupid shit, but the fact that he gets booed every time he touches the puck kind of makes you say, is it because he's black?
well, if it's not, what else would it be?
Because it's not only him it's happened to, so that's why I could say maybe it's not because he's black. Because there was an asshole that played for the Rangers that he was a pure asshole. That's why everybody hated him and booed him. I don't know. I don't know why PK gets the no love or what he did to get that kind of treatment. To this day, like he's not still doing what he did to deserve it. Why is he still getting booed? It's fucked up.
But that's the thing. You'd have to ask yourself and say, well, maybe it
Why?
is. Maybe you see, you
Maybe
may say,
today it is because of that.
right. And the fact that he's good at what he does, you know what I mean? That could be an issue too. If he was just mediocre, maybe they wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? But maybe he's good. He's starting. He's on a team. He's scoring, playing good defense.
But he's not playing that good anymore. He's not what he used to be like when he was here.
We see.
When he
I
was
wouldn't
here,
know.
he was a stud. He was one of the top defensemen. He won Defenseman of the Year, top defenseman in the NHL. Since he's left Montreal, it's been all downhill, man. No, I'm giving you insight.
Yeah, no, I know, but
It's
I'm just
fucking
like,
wrong.
I don't know.
I like his style of hockey, and because he's bringing a flamboyancy to the game, it's like that good old boy kind of theory. You can't behave like that in hockey. Why not? It's a new fucking era. It's a new generation. People are doing things like they weren't doing before. Why can't you accept it? You want to accept everything else.
I hear you, man. I don't know enough about this situation or hockey to even like send it, but Andres, it seems like it's a personal thing against
Yeah, I
him.
think so. Because it's not too many brothers in hockey, so
Well, I tell you this, I know there's a few YouTubers that have a personal thing against LeBron James, and it blows
Ooh.
my fucking mind. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
I'm not a fan, but I can't say nothing bad about what the man does off the court.
yes, and I agree with Danny 100%. On the court, I can't stand him. Off the court, he's a stud.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. He's doing a lot for fucking kids and
People
people in
in
general.
general, man.
Yeah.
If you hear me talk about him, it's the comparison with Michael Jordan, what I can't stand. But what the man does, as far as being an entrepreneur and as far as being a humanitarian and all that kind of stuff, top notch, bro.
Hands down.
Yep.
Hands down. You know what I mean? And maybe because he doesn't talk about certain situations, you're like, oh, well, he should be talking about that, but it doesn't concern
It's not
him.
his business.
And then what pissed me off too, they talking about shut up and play ball. Oh, that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean a basketball player, a football player, a baseball player, hockey, all they can do is talk about that sport? That's bullshit.
No, they have a
100%
platform
bullshit.
that we don't have. They have an outreach that we don't have. Exploit it, man.
For real. Do what you got to do. And if something is not something that's your concern or you want to talk about, then what's the problem with that?
That's your
You
platform.
know what I mean?
That's
yes.
your platform.
100%. You can't expect everybody to talk about. I don't see anybody complaining about fucking Tom Brady not coming out and talking about certain situations. He doesn't do
He
it.
told them straight up, mind their fucking business. You ever watch that show Brady did? The Man or something? That documentary he's doing?
Him and what's his face were friends.
Who?
Watch that, Onzo. You're going to see a different Tom Brady.
Yeah,
you see a different Tom Brady. Friends.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy ain't this poster boy, polite. All you hear in this fucking documentary that he's doing, I think it's Man on a Mile or something like that. He's talking about his days with Gronk and his days in New England and where he's now. You hear so much beep, beep, beep. I'm like, that's Tom Brady?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. He feeling himself.
Damn.
He feeling
he's
himself.
Not a nice guy. He's not
Absolutely.
a nice guy.
Yeah, he's humble in front of the mic,
but
you could tell on some of the commercials, some of the TikTok things he be putting out. Yeah. He feeling himself.
Absolutely. Even the way he talks to some of his players on the field, you know what I mean? When they mess up, he goes off on them and shit like that. You can definitely tell he's feeling himself. But that's my point, though. It's like people want to complain that LeBron James ain't talking about certain situations. But I'm like, if that situation has no effect on his life or doesn't concern him, or even maybe it does, and his organization said, hey, you could talk about whatever you want to, but leave this alone. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing about that. And I don't care what you want to say. If you're getting the type of money that LeBron James is making, you are definitely going to do what your employers tell you.
He got a lifetime contract with Nike.
Absolutely.
Let that rap run your mouth. A lifetime. Not a few years. For life. So you think we ain't going to do what them suckers want you to do within reason?
Absolutely.
Hey, don't say nothing about Colin Kaepernick. Just keep it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
Let me check the bank account however they deposited. Shit, yeah. Nike? Shit, yeah.
He just put out a new commercial again, huh? Did you see it?
Short of selling my soul.
No, I didn't.
Exactly what Nike say, bro.
That's the thing, though. You know what I mean? So for the fact of all the things he's done for people, you got to give him his respect for that. You got to give him his props for that, because ain't no other athlete has done as much as he has done in the time he's been around. At least none that I can think of. What about you, Roberto?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. Is there any other athlete that you can think of that has done as much as him? or more.
Maybe Magic.
Magic's done a bit too. Magic's done a bit too.
Magic's done a lot. It's just social media wasn't there to put it in the forefront like it is for LeBron. But if you look at the documentary on Magic, he did a lot and he learned a lot and shared it with his people
Hmm.
because this is stuff we didn't know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And but as far as someone on that scale, I wish Michael did a third of what LeBron did off the court.
Facts.
Because for me, I always thought Michael hated black people.
For real.
That's the way I grew up.
Hmm. And that was a narrative
He
because he
was no
never
different than that guy, Tommy Hilfiger.
right. He never came out and said anything, never did anything. So of course I can completely understand why, you would think or people
But
would
let
think,
me ask you this, Anzo. Did you feel that way back in that day, or did you feel that way now
that's a
about
good
Michael?
that's a good point. I
Because
don't think anybody
we
really
didn't have
cared back
social
in the
media
day.
back
Right.
then for
Yeah.
Michael to have to speak out, and NBA
Yeah, yeah.
players weren't really speaking out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just felt like what he did with the Jordan brand
Hmm.
is he didn't want us to be able to get those shoes because I know I couldn't afford them
Hmm.
when I was young. I got the nylon Jordans, the
Right.
the the red, white, and blacks.
Hmm.
I couldn't get the leather ones. You crazy? I couldn't even ask my parents for those. I thought about stealing them from somebody, but they weren't my size. I walk in the hallway, see those there. You're brave leaving them in the hallway in an apartment building because people shop in these fucking buildings.
Hmm.
Lucky they were size small.
Antonio Brown, one of my picks of players, but I was shocked a bit that he walked off. Yeah, he did do that. He fucked. Well, I don't think he fucked himself. He probably did for this year and his incentive, but you know what I mean. Other than that, though, but yeah, I agree with you though. I just think that people look at the wrong things when it comes to LeBron James, and there's other things that you should be looking at. And I guess because what he does helps out, us. It's like, oh well, what about us? No, it's us he's concerned with. It's us, you know what I mean? His people. And those are the people that he's trying to help. And there is nothing wrong with that. What up, Tony? What's up, brother? Glad you can make it.
But you know what's sad though? Why they don't show more of what he's doing? What are these motherfuckers in the music industry, Jay Z and all these guys? What are they doing?
Not as much as he is.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
LeBron's building schools. He's doing things in his neighborhood, and he gets no accolades for it. They don't even fucking speak about it. You have to see it on some random thing on Facebook or
Right.
some post. But let him do something wrong.
Yeah, for real.
They can't wait to fucking scar that brother. I'm sure.
Absolutely, bro. 100%. And I think he's one of those ones that's gonna, you know what I mean, stay on the narrow path, and yeah, like he's not gonna mess up his brand. LeBron James is not a dumb dude. He knows what
Hope he
he's doing.
doesn't. Hope he doesn't get involved in some stupid scandal.
Yeah, same here. Same here. That being said, guys, now we are going to close it up. I'm just waiting for Danny to come back so he can talk about his channel. So we'll keep you entertained for a little bit until he comes back. And then when he does, we will close it up. But it was definitely a great show. I do appreciate everybody that came into the chat and checked it out. I understand that we got into some football talk and some of you guys may not be into it, but you still stuck around and listened to what we had to say. And it's always a pleasure when I see
Hey,
you guys
for
coming
those of
in
you
here.
who don't know football, you can get educated. You know, we're hoping that some of the topics that we bring up that we don't know much about, we can get educated by some of you guys in the comments. Like
Absolutely.
we're a fam here. We're just the ones on video, and anybody in the comment is welcome to come on board, especially the regulars, and speak your piece. And we'd like to meet you. I think that's be something we should start in 2022. Anzo, get an up and close, like start a little segment where we give like maybe 20 minutes or half an hour to the show to one of our regulars in the commentary, see who has the cojones to come on here and speak peace, not hide behind their image. You know what I mean?
That could work, especially if you have a disagreement with us or you don't think you agree with some of the stuff that we say.
You know who I'd like to see on here, to be honest? Let me look through here and scroll through here while we're killing time.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to see Mr. David Quintana on the show.
David
That's
Santana.
That's who I would like to see on the show, to be honest. And the next person I would like to see on the show would be Jack's Law.
Ah, you see that? So Roberto says he wants to see you guys come on, give you 20 minutes to discuss the topic with us. If you guys want to, you can do that. Someone asked if we were watching the national championship on Monday. Not really a college football dude though. So
I would have liked to
Alabama,
see
Alabama gonna
Michigan
win.
beat Georgia. I would have
What's
liked
that?
to see that.
Alabama gonna win.
Yeah, they are.
Going.
Well, it should be. You know what? If Georgia plays like they did against Michigan, it should be a good game, right? Unless Michigan is that bad.
I have no idea you guys speaking Spanish to me. I don't watch college football at all.
Nick
I only
Saban,
watched
man,
it because
that
Michigan
sucker's
was there.
Is a beast, boy.
Yeah. I stuck around because I like y'all. Of course, we like you too. That's why we're glad you guys.
We loves
can.
you, man. We loves you.
Absolutely. LeBron plays in the pussy era basketball. LeBron is just soft. Remember, you got Draymond Green suspended for 1 game foul. Wrong.
Oh my God.
And he let his teammates smash his mom.
Really? Is that on Entertainment Tonight or what?
He kind of did do that. He let
Who?
Huh?
Who did his mom?
LeBron.
Yeah.
I can think.
Wait, when we say smash, you mean put her down or they gave her some?
Gave her some. Was banging
no
his mom.
way.
Yeah, man. This
light skinned fella.
Yeah, and he's like homeless now.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the guy with the green eyes.
Yep.
What was his name? Shit. What was his name?
He did LeBron's mom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. That was a big thing.
They were like brothers. I mean, like tight.
Boy. Yeah, that was a big thing going on when he was.
Why isn't he helping him now?
Because he did his mom's.
Delonte West.
That's him. Yeah. He did LeBron James' mom. You damn right. I ain't hoping his ass. You get, hey, that's what you get, man. Sleeping with my mom. It's crazy. This is who I want to see. Come on, Caleb. I want to see you come on. And I know your ass beyond streams, so don't fucking front and act like you don't do any streams because I know I've seen you on some streams. So you definitely have to come
Flash has already come on.
Flash has been on already, which Flash is always welcome. And don't think I have forgot Flash. We got some 2K to play one of these days. But yeah, man, definitely want to see some of you guys come on here for sure.
Yeah, I got to bounce, bro.
Yeah, we're closing up, Benny.
If Mads could share with us how we can get more females to subscribe to our show, please give us some advice.
Yep. And with that being said, Danny, shout out your channel.
Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat. I do shows on Monday nights, also on Tuesday night with Alonso, and earlier Wednesday night with both Guy Scar and Chris and Nzo. So please check us out. Saturday afternoons, 4 or 5 o'clock, so in that time frame, we usually do a little show called Square One where we talk about the NFL, NBA. It's pretty fun. So if you're not doing anything, go ahead and check us out. Great show, man. Thanks for allowing me to come on here with y'all, brothers. Appreciate it.
No problem. Much appreciated. Roberto, give the people something one more last time, brother.
You find us here on Wednesday, 10 o'clock, with our guest Danny, who's usually here, always welcome. Saturday, Square One, when I could make it, because, Saturdays is fucked up now. But now that we have lockdown and all this shit going on, I think I'll have more time on Saturdays. And as far as my show goes, I hope to start it. I think I want to find another night, man, because Monday ain't really rolling well with me. Because I don't like doing shit on Mondays, man. I hate Mondays.
When you stop this right here, we know we talked about this last night. Boy, we didn't miss certain shows, man.
For real. At all. It was like, oh yeah, no show.
Okay.
I hear you, man. I feel you too.
Thank you.
But wait, let me ask you. Where's LDG, man? Is he all good?
I would hope so, but I think he's going through some stuff, man. So
I haven't seen him.
Wish him all the best for sure.
Respect always, my brother.
Absolutely.
And that's it, yo.
That's it. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. We are out. See you next week. I will be actually doing a Cobra Kai roundtable, maybe tomorrow or Friday, if I can get some people to come on to that. I'm gonna work on it next couple of days, which should be interesting.
Cobra Kai.
But yeah, with that being said, peace.
Peace.